We have an incredible night coming up on the Sporty stream. Hopefully all of you are doing well out there. I'm Sporty FC. Nice to see you all there. My hair is still a mess, it always is. But hopefully everybody is doing well out there. And it's great to see you all. I'm Sporty FC. You've come to the right place if you want to see great Rocket League action. We've got some incredible matches tonight. The Rocket League Splashers, and actually very recently the Evolution Championship Series. Take a look at that schedule tonight. We've got 3 matches, all of which are actually quite hype. All of these matches are really, really good. Like, on any normal day, any of these matches will be like the big match of the night. It would be the match that everybody should be looking at. Tonight, they're all here together. All these matches are big. We're going to start up with Q Up Dark, next 3 a.m. The Newcomb surprises and Q Up taking on at 3 a.m. who themselves are looking to recover after a small falter. Then go to a quarterfinals match of Nemesis looking to take down one of the top teams in the Neo League, the top division in the Evo Champ Series. In Evolve Genesis did just see another Evolve team very recently in Evolve Astra lose their top spot in a quarterfinals matchup. Genesis will look to not follow them here. And rounding out tonight, the Cyclone Cup returns. Egoist, Golden Hour Esports. The battle to see which team will be able to claim the second spot. Will it be the statistical favorites in Egoist who have always been the team expected to make that far? Or Golden Hour, again, another kind of surprise that really isn't a surprise anymore, continue to show to us that realistically that the stats do point their way for a reason. CplMonkeyshines will be joining us for that second match as well. Nemesis for Genesis, that best of 7. But for us, at least to start off, it's Q Up Dark 100x 3 a.m. A best of 5, and my goodness, what a match this is. I mean, any match with 100x 3 a.m. is going to be one that teams will be looking to watch out for. These guys are, tournament leaders. They're expected to go to that Cyclone Cup next season. In fact, they were so confident about having a perfect season that they, again, after their Week 2 win on the stream when they took down, their Week 3 win against Mach 10 XL, when they added in Nawafi, they called it as well. They called it. They were going to go perfect that entire season. Well, unfortunately for them, that did not last very long. 2 weeks later, they lose to Paradox in a game 5. So for XDM, that perfect season hope is gone. It's a Paradox team, which admittedly is very good. That is, by the way, Smoky, Juicy Leaf, Ale, Vision, and Spatial. It's a very good team, who themselves have only suffered 1 loss this season. That against actually Q Up Dark. We're also 4-1 after having a hiccup in Week 1, losing to next to New Chaos, a team that overall I don't think has been having too terribly of a season. They've been having a middling season. They have gone 4 wins straight. We did see them when they took down Team Evo Thunder. Overall for Q Up, they're an interesting team because they've shown really good wins. They've beaten Paradox, they've beaten Team Evo Thunder. But they've also had tougher matchups as well down the road. They lost next to Chaos, and they also went to Game 5 most recently last week against Affinity Gamma, a team that has not won at all this season. In fact, a team that didn't even take a single game before they played against Q Up Dark. Q Up Dark, again, one of the teams that is a surprise because they're the second best team in the group, at least right now, only above Paradox and only behind actually by game differential. So yeah, they've been a weird team this season, to say the very least. Consistency has not been a Q Up thing this season, but overall, when they're playing in the way that you expect them to, that the strong play, they have such a good chemistry, they really rely so heavily on those passes. XQAM themselves, really, really fast, really aggressive, and a very strong mechanical team that doesn't really try to get too flashy too often. So, I mean, it's going to be a great matchup because it's 2 top teams. This is very much like what you would expect as a playoff match at the end of this season. Very likely these teams could be meeting again, in the near future. But for now, it's just a best of 5 matchup. Prediction poll is live, so get your votes in on who you think will take this one. Again, you saw those rosters. Again, the players to really look out for when it comes to how the Q Up Dark team plays. I mean, Mocktard was on the stream last time around. If he was replacing Goose, so in theory, you would expect Goose to be playing tonight. He is one of their starters. That's going to be the player I'm going to really look forward to, so long as he is actually playing tonight. But when they played before, again, it was Blazing Yeti, again, that captain who kind of leads that team. He's the one who facilitates a lot of these plays. I would expect to see more of that from Blazing Yeti, as when next to AM, the player to really look out for. I mean, the player I always like to look out for is Noki. He's probably the most he's probably the one that people give the least amount of recognition to, because he doesn't have the most. He has probably the most simple playstyle out of all three of them. Crypto's super mechanical and can pop off at any point. Nawafi is super fast and has really, really good ground game. Noki's an interesting player because he's got a really good air game. He's very consistent, and he's kind of the keystone player, he's the glue to this team. So if there's any player to look out for 3 I always look out at Noki. At least for me, I think he is the most important player on this roster to how their playstyle works. He was before, when Nawafi wasn't on this team, when it was Souls who was that third. He still is that most important player because he really brings Crypto, Nawafi, this whole team together. I would want to see more of that out of 100x 3am, who, again, themselves have talked a very big game before tonight. And really before this whole season. You know, I remember talking with them as well. You know, they mentioned about how close they would have taken that perfect sweep when they did play against 10 Exile. They didn't give up a single goal to them in the first 2 games. Perfect sweep, by the way, is winning a series without giving up a single goal. That's only happened on this stream twice in history. And both of them on leagues that are now defunct, so we have not seen one in any, I would say, major league on this stream. And Rocket League Splashers is one of the major leagues on this stream. A couple of them, but yeah, we've never seen one on any major stream. In Major League, actually, I'm obviously talking about how they might want to be the first to do that, but obviously, maybe they were thinking a little too far ahead. Because now they're just looking to make sure they take the top of their division, which is no easy feat when both Paradox and Q Up Dark are chasing behind them. But behind that, Q Up did beat Paradox early in the season. But yeah, this is going to be one of their big tests. Because again, they just lost to Paradox. It's a tough matchup. Q Up Dark's not much easier. As a team, their final match is against Team Evo Thunder, which is also not a very easy matchup, although Team Evo Thunder themselves have not had a very good second half. Just lost to Mach 10s over 3am. This is a really important match for them. If they want to really prove to us that they are that top tier team, they've really got to win matches against teams like this, or at least play close to teams like Q Up Dark. But realistically, if you want to be that top team, if you want to be a team that is really fighting for that championship, you gotta beat teams like Q Up Dark. Gotta beat teams like Paradox. Those are very good teams, but if you're gonna win this championship, you gotta beat at least one of those two to be able to get there, and specifically in the playoff bracket. So this is really good practice right now in the regular season because both these teams themselves are truly scary in the Tsunami Cup. I mean, there's other very good teams, but I think they're part of Group A. I think this Group A is exceptionally scary. Just look at the other groups here. I can tell like New Horizons is pretty scary. 100x Ignite himself has a good season. Interstellar Gaming are currently living a perfect season. That work is out of revitalization. Team Not Bound coming in this season have been a huge surprise. Adding in Rule and just looking great. And they still have Krios as well, who himself is still an incredible sub. Both of them, I think, are in easier groups. I mean, there's no such thing as an easy group in the Tsunami Cup, but I think there are easier groups. And I think this Group A, 3am, Q Up Dark, Paradox, all leading. Those are the three, I think, some of the three of the top 5 teams in this tournament right now. I think Interstellar Gaming can be included in that list. I think you could also probably mix in New Horizons, maybe even Team Not Found in that group. And there's even Golden Esports Oblivion. They themselves are doing really well, but I think all 3 of these teams are in that top 5, if not maybe top 6, top 7 of the favorites to win this whole thing. I think this group is itself a very, very difficult group. Being able to win out on this group really does put you above, I think, anybody else in terms of the rankings here. It's, I think, the toughest group in the Tsunami Cup this season. I think it's one that's really going to test these teams, specifically 3am, who, again, have talked a very big game, and at least last week did not show up. It's going to be a big match here, as you would have to think that it would be their starters playing tonight. As Q Up Dark should be following right behind. Again, we did get a call as well from these teams. They might be a little bit late, so prediction poll still running. Get your votes in on who you think will take this one. Q Up Dark, again, a very new team this season. I mean, Season 6 is scary. I mean, last season, we've seen so many different scary divisions. I mean, the Tsunami Cup last season was also quite competitive. With teams like Affinity Reward having a perfect regular season, being the top team, and then losing in the semifinals to Affinity Aurora, who are now in the Cyclone Cup. I mean, we had some very, very good teams playing last season. This season, still very competitive. I mean, at this point for RLSS, they're known to be one of the most competitive and one of the toughest leagues to win in. For good reason. They really do make sure that stuff is tough here. As, again, take a look at our schedule here. We're still waiting on these teams to join on in. After this, we'll have 100x Nemesis, another 135 team, playing tonight. Taking on Evolve Genesis. CplMonkeyshines will be joining for that one. A best of 7 in the quarterfinals. Then later on, Egoist Golden Hour Esports, a Cyclone Cup matchup. I mean, we haven't seen one in a little while, so it's always great to just be back to. It always feels nice to get to see those Cyclone Cup matches because I know you all love to see them. I love to see them. They're always great and competitive, and I mean, I always like to get the really good Cyclone Cup matches too between really solid teams. I mean, this is a battle that very likely will determine who our second best team in the league is. I'm looking forward to that one as our final match of the night. I mean, all these matches here are at least GC3 level, if not SSL. Even Nemesis, I believe they're hanging on that GC3 level. Genesis, definitely high GC3. So, again, we're getting very, very good teams. But for now, waiting on these teams. Apologies on that delays. Not much you can really do about this. It's just that you have to wait for these teams. So, I know we did get a call from Up Dark before this that they could be late. So, hopefully it won't be too much longer before we get them in the lobby. A great matchup between amazing teams. Again, incredible series. Again, we are just waiting on these teams to get updates here. Again, it's a very strange night for action. As again, we are waiting here. Get your votes in, but our prediction poll is close to closing. Actually, definitely the heavy favorites. No surprise though. With I think what people expect out of this team. This is a team that should be leading their group. They are considered the. I think most would consider them the favorites to win out this group. For now, again, the question is just that we have to wait how things are going here. Again, should be a great series. These teams should be joining lobby any moment. Again, we did get a call about how this would be as hello, Stood Up. Thank you for the raid. How you doing, my friend? Thank you so much for raiding in, Stood Up. Welcome to the Sportier stream. You've come in here for some amateur Rocket League action. Queue up Dark versus Angstrom here in the Rocket League Splash Series Tsunami Cup. What were you streaming, my friend? How did your stream go, Stood Up? I think we are getting into this match. We might as well show you guys. We have just joined in what the rosters are for both these teams. This is a GC3 SSL level matchup. I know for a fact 3AM have hit SSL, and I'm almost certain Queue Up Dark I've also hit SSL. These teams are 4-1 going into week number 6. Only 1 week left on the regular season. Both of them are basically in prime position to guarantee the spot into the playoffs. A win here should almost certainly guarantee it, but I mean, I don't think the question is if these teams are going to make it to the playoffs. They're going to make it. It's just who's going to lead the group. Right now, 3AM are holding, but only by game differential. Queue Up Dark right behind them. The team right below as well is a team by the name of Paradox, the only team to have beaten 3AM in currently this season, which was last week. Queue Up Dark right now running a 4-week winning streak. They've won 4 matches in the last 4 weeks. So they have been unstoppable so far after their week 1 loss. Anyway, shoutouts to our sponsors in the Rocket League Splash Series. GamesOn.tv is Invisper Entertainment, Latin Gaming, Heady Scarf Gaming, Purchase and Resell, and Claim to Fame Entertainment. Shoutouts to all of them for making Rocket League Splash Series what it is for now and hopefully for the future. If you guys want to show your support to Rocket League Splash Series, go on time ping at RLSS_RL or use the hashtag AllSplashNoWake. Or if you guys want to be like retro like me, you could always do hashtag Where Kings Wear Buckets. It's the old one. That is the old slogan for this league. Back from season 1. But for now, yeah, just getting into this series. Apologies on the delay. We are about 10 minutes late here, so we'll wait on these teams. They should be. I know for a fact 3AM and Queue Up Dark did say that they were going to be a little late. The delayed here. 10 minutes was not out of the question for these. So We are waiting here just to see if they will make it. It'll have to be a bit of a quick series here, but I'm sure you all are fine with that. With how much action we have tonight, I'm ready. We've got 3 matches tonight. We've got a best of 7 to follow us and a best of 5 later tonight, so it's Rocket League Splash with a little bit of Evolution Championship Series playoffs in between. Again, thank you all so much for bringing your support to the Sportiest stream here. As we do wait on these teams, just checking. Everything looks good here on our side, so we're just, again, waiting on updates. I think they are good, though. I think these teams did... It looks like that both these teams are online, so hopefully that's a sign of good fortune for us, that we can get this series going. We will have to, again, wait on these teams, but once they are here, we will be starting. This is a best of 5. Again, it's week 6. It's only a 7-week regular season, so these teams, nearing the end of their season, for both these teams, really, whoever wins this is going to get that #1 overall seed. Most likely, should get that #1 overall seed. As in comes the starting roster for Q Up Dark. Blazing Yeti, Goose, Zarakilia. As, again, 100 AM should be joining them. It will be Crypto, Nawafi, and Noki. And Q Up did say that they would be here on time, which they are. They are here, at least in the amount of time that they are given. We'll be waiting on 3 AM. They should be joining a bit after them. Again, hopefully we'll be getting this sorted out very, very soon. As... Hey, thank you for the follow there. How are you doing, my friend? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Sportiest stream. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to Sportiest stream. It all is going well here for you. And we got a 100x 3 AM Q Up Dark. Q Up Dark, actually, fun little fact about this organization. It is a Montreal-based organization, so very fun there. Again, we are just waiting here a little bit. We did get a call again at 3 AM. They themselves still late here, so we'll get them in as soon as we can. Again, apologies on this delay. This is not exactly how I wanted our night to start here. I'm happy you all are joining me here and enjoying this. Again, I do apologize on this. There's not much you can really do. I'm hoping that clock does not go 15 minutes past the start time here. In 2 minutes, I will actually have to leave this match, and these teams will probably have to delay it a little bit more. We'll see what happens here. 3 AM said they would be here on time. Both these teams that say they'd be here on time, it'd be a little close, but we are still waiting on them here. Yeah, don't worry, Yeti, you're fine. You guys are actually in. Don't worry, Yeti, I know. Q Up Dark's in. Don't worry, you guys, you're fine. 3 AM are not in the lobby yet, so we are waiting on them. Again, you're so tired from practice? I understand, Yeti. I know you did mention it was going to be exhausting. But hey, at least you are here. I'm happy. I'd love to see the series as well. This is a great matchup here on this stream. We'll wait on 3 AM. So hopeful they're going to be here in just about a minute or two. Because if not, this is going to be very tight. We usually do interviews after these matches as well, but with how late this match is, we may not be able to do one, which is sad. I like interviews, but not always something that we can do. Yeti, by the way, since you are watching, make sure you skip in between games if you can, just so that this match can be done a little bit faster. I'd love to have this match, but I'm a little worried that we might run into our second series, which They are here on time here for 3 a.m. So we're gonna get them in here very, very quickly. But reminder, we just gotta get this match up quick as possible here. Get things going. Apologies for the delay, everybody. But we do have our match. Queue Up Dark takes on 100x 3 a.m. 135 Esports. Currently leading in their group. Oh, as we are getting a call that not everybody is here. Oh, great. We are still having delays. This is not great timing. I'm not a fan of this, by the way. They are all here, but they are apparently still not ready. This is not great. This is not great for us here, but hopefully everything will be sorted out, and quickly too. This is not great here. Hoping 100x3 AM actually are going to be ready in a few seconds. About oh, we did again. Friction poll has closed. I think 100x3 AM still have a majority of the votes in their favor. Again, is as expected. I think they are the bigger org, and they also are generally the favorites in this match overall, anyways. Again, I'm hoping that we can get the okay from 3 a.m. Not great. But we may not be able to get this series. I'm really, really hopeful here. Again, we are still delayed here. I'm still trying to make sure we get these teams, see what's happening around them here. It's very, very strange for all of us. And I really do apologize for what's happening here. But again, I think these teams are good. Alright, we did just get the go-ahead. They are good to go. I really do apologize that they're all in. Even though we are 18 minutes delayed, we will get our series here. Queue Up Dark takes on 100x 3 a.m. I do apologize for that delay here. But this is our first of 3 matches tonight. It's going to be a very quick stream in terms of the turnaround time from this series to our next one. Eventually our second to our third, but I mean, I guess, what's this stream without having a little bit of extra chaos mixed in? But 100x 3 a.m. on the orange, and as I said, a very fast-paced, very aggressive team. They're going to be in the face of Queue Up Dark. Queue Up themselves, very pass-oriented. This is a very high-flying, very pass-heavy team. You're going to see a lot of chemistry being utilized here as, oh, well, risky there, no offie, not able to hear that one past Goose, but next to AM, trying to play smart. You'll notice a lot of what Noafi does is very ground-based. He's a very ground-based player. A lot of it, I think, comes down to just watching how he moves. He's such a fast player as well. You can never really count him out of any play, as for Monkeyshines chat saying it will be worth it. I hope it will be worth it. Here, I know our second series has already been notified. They're probably going to have to start a few minutes late. But while we are working with them, next to I'm looking for goal number 1. Oh, we've talked so much about their offense. Their defense itself is definitely nothing to be happy at playing against. They're a very scary defense. Again, they love to throw themselves the ball, and again, their pacing. Not just an offensive thing where they play fast, it's a defensive thing too. Again, players like Noki, so talented around the field with just about any position. Noki's one of those players who is going to be really tough to break through. But they could break through here. That's a great pass! That's going to find the nets! Blazing Yeti with goal 1. Queue Up Dark puts in the passing options. Yeti, Goose, back to Yeti. That's how you play players like Noki. You find options that they weren't considering. And Q Up Dark will take that goal for themselves. Again, 100x3am as a team, again, have been stated over and over as the scariest team by rank, by the players that they have in this tournament, in the Tsunami Cup, I should say. They're trying to show it. Oh, what a save from Yeti. Nawafi unable to put that on net. Oh, but Zerkilia's missed. Nawafi again will be saved by Blazing Yeti. Here I am being given some free light there. There's Zerkilia failed on his clear. Another chance. That one fanned on Zerkilia. But still the shot not on from Nawafi. Now Noki, Crypto unable to find the net. 3am. I've had numerous chances to tie this game up, and I have not found any of them. That means Q Up Dark will stay up by 1. Noki. Blocked out by Blazing Yeti. That one, I was gonna find the net! Blazing Yeti! A little bit of a help from Nawafi's 50. And Q Up Dark have doubled their lead. Nawafi and Crypto just not on the same page. When Nawafi's going for a 50 like that, Crypto has to be in the net, but in reality, I would have liked to see Nawafi just pull away from that play, not try to chase down that challenge. I mean, no matter how you're challenging that, if you're challenging from that position, from that sidewall like that, you are almost certainly going to see that ball pop midfield, and if it doesn't go in, it almost certainly will be a pass for Q Up Dark. As 3am still looking for shots, Noki blocked there. Blazing Yeti will get once again another clear as Nawafi will head back. A weak start in the series for the Saudi Arabian as Blazing Yeti saved by Noki. 100x3am playing very close. That's another one on. It's Goose. It's free for Q Up. And a high flying start for the RLSS newcomers, the debutees. Their first time here this season. Q Up Dark, a complete unknown. They have been anything but electrifying. They have not been anything but electrifying this season. They have been incredible. They've been such a blast to watch. I've only seen them once before, but they're one of the more exciting teams in the Tsunami Cup. They play style just so cohesive. It always is just like, it feels so, it feels like it's not like, it's like lulling you to sleep. It's, I don't know, I can't think of the right word to say for it. Satisfying, that's the word I'm thinking of. It's such a satisfying playstyle they bring, because everything just seems to work for them. And to be fair, when everything's working at this level, that's because you're playing the correct way. Q Up Dark, such a team-oriented playstyle. As Blazing Yeti, that's a great shot! Oh, what a save from Nawa, but the net's wide open for Goose. And Q Up will take a 4th. No hesitation on these goals, they just continue to find these passes and find the net. No matter how fast 100x3am may think they are. Q Up Dark, giving them reason to doubt. Double commit from Q Up, but a 4-goal lead inside the final minute. At this point, for Q Up, I don't know if they're going to be looking for more goals. Might as well take them if they come, though, but an easy thing. That's another one for Goose. I don't know how he was able to get around Crypto there, but at this point, things are falling apart for 3am. And for a team that's known to win often, this is a season that's going to test every single ounce of their strength. As Q Up Dark, just looking so confident. Again, so smart as well. Goose, who I said was going to have to come in as an important player. I mean, he has scored a hat-trick so far, although he did give up that goal to Noki. He has been playing mostly perfect, except for that little mistake there on that challenge. And this is a game that will apparently keep moving on. Q Up Dark. I think they'll be hoping for a sweep here in this matchup, just to really show up. And they've already beaten Paradox this season. It would not feel too unsurprising for Q Up Dark, who have been such a surprise this season, to find a way to beat the other top team in their division. Goose, who doesn't get the touch there, it will be for 100x3am. Noki Flip reset, unable to do much with it though. He was a bit too far away from the net to really have any threatening shots on the end of that play. As Q up Dark just hitting the ball around. They're going to give up another goal here to Crypto, but it won't make a difference on the overall outcome. It is going to be Q up Dark who will take game 1. 7 goals combined though. A high-scoring start, but exciting nonetheless. As hello, Briz, in chat. We've come in time to see the end of game 1. Q up Dark surprising the statisticians once again this season. Not only did they come in as a team that wasn't expected to do all that well, but they've come in, they've already beaten Paradox this season, running near the top of the league, and they might be able to do the same against 100XAM, who are at the top of the division right now. Game 1 will end like that. Both these 4-1 sides, again, who are leading their groups. I mean, it has been an incredible start for Q up Dark, but we shouldn't be too surprised with how this team has been playing this season. Blazing Yeti with 6 saves. I said again, a team leader in many aspects. This time it was defensive and midfield base. 6 saves, 2 assists. Blazing Yeti is known for his ability to facilitate that midfield. Whereas for the other side, for 3AM, Nawafi with a very slow start. Just looked like he was not really playing as confident as he usually does. Noki's still leading, I think, in many aspects, but I need to see more from Nawafi. He's such a good 1-for-1 player. I'm surprised that he isn't able to utilize more of his ability to outpace players in a match like this. Next 3AM, if they're going to want anything to do with coming back into this matchup, they've got to show up soon, or else they're going to be in a very tough position. Q up Dark with a confident game 1. All they had to do is let that confidence flow through them. They got to do it again here in game 2. Zarakilia trying to get to a good early start. But Noki will be waiting. Q up. The hopeful another 50, but that's going to fly through. Crypto. Kept out by Blazing Yeti. Does get past Nawa. Goose unable to get on the shot, but it is Blazing Yeti. Not able to score. Nawafi will be waiting for it. A lot of respect given by 3AM. But when you've seen players when you've seen Goose get as many goals as he has, I think that respect is well warranted. He's the one player that I haven't seen from Q up yet this season. He is the one that is really looking to put his name out there in this match, as he'll look for yet another play. Zarakilia, that's a great redirect, saved by Crypto, as he'll reach the back post. Now Yeti, that's that bump on Noki too, will force him out of the way. Q up though, stuck. Right now, they're gonna let XAM break out here. They're just trying to reset and get themselves a little bit more room to make something happen, as Goose able to do so there. That's a great infield play, but no shot on the end of it. Now here comes Lady though! That's a beautiful strike! 3AM weren't ready. All players are pushing to that corner. Noki and Crypto ran right into each other there, and it feels like it's one where I don't know where Crypto was thinking that ball was going to head, but it is a beautiful shot for Q up. And once again, they'll strike first in a game against the current group favorites. Yeti. Goose gets by Nawa. Noki to the back wall. He'll be placing Yeti, who will be ready for this one here as Nawafi. Darkilia, not able to get around Crypto. Goose, though. Great recognition off that back one. He's going to pass upfield as well. Nawafi will block. Not a very good one, though. And Zarakilia will barrel in for goal 2. And again, Nawafi just looks so out of position right now. It's almost as if he isn't comfortable with how this game is moving. Being such a fast player, I'm so surprised to see him be the one that feels like he's outpaced. And yet, that's exactly how I think it's going right now. Nawafi just looks like a lot slower than what he should be. Being the player that should be the fastest one on this field. That's a surprise here as Q up almost getting a 3rd goal. Yeti. Trying to find Zarakilia. It will be cleared away, and 3AM with some space to work with. This won't hold for long though. Flip reset. Zarakilia, the last one back, really can't commit to this. He's going to be bumped up by Nawafi, but does get by. It's a beautiful play. That is a true 1v1 mechanic there from Zarakilia. don't know how if he plays a lot of ones, but if he does, I am not surprised to see him jump right over Nawafi. That's another great shot. It will be Zarakilia, his second of the game. And cue up Dark. What a beautiful play downfield. Struck that so truthfully. And Phoenix 3AM again are just outpaced right now. And it's so surprising for a team of their caliber. But to be fair, maybe if there's anything that they aren't used to, it is losing. This is a team that has won so often. They won our ATS Legends Cup 2, sponsored by Team Silenced, when they had Stitch playing for them on that final day. This is a team that's used to winning. It feels like everything in front of them. To see them come into this league and really get meet their match, really get taken down by a ton of the other teams here that are also fighting for that same position. Feels like a little bit of justice here as Yeti won't actually score on that one. Zarakilia was expecting it to go in. Means that climber is going to tick down even more as 3AM still unable to get a goal this game. They only had 2 last game, and one of them was in the dying seconds where no one really did care if it went in or not. X 3AM. Once again, it feels like they're meeting their match. The team that seems to have figured out their playstyle. Cue Up Dark have improved tremendously this season. I mean, it's the benefit of playing against teams this good. You're going to improve with them, so long as you're able to take that improvement. And an org like Cue Up, they love to practice, they love to put in that work. And you can see it showing up on the field. With better competition, with a really strong work ethic, Cue Up Dark have definitely been able to lead in many aspects in this league ever since their week 1 loss. Potential for 5 wins straight this season. They go for a 5-1 record. Cue Up Dark in full cruise control right now. They're faster, they're more decisive, they have more quality with their plays, there's more intention with where they're going. Next to I'm just, I think, trying to stay alive at this point. But I don't even know if that's going to be enough for them. Loki, though, will find a play in field. Now, Afi was not able to score, but a set up Crypto. Still no goals for 3AM this game. He says something about this series whenever the second game feels even more dominant than the first. As Nawafi, back wall, not able to get that second, but it will be Noki. He'll put it under the bar. X 3AM do get their goal at last. It comes very late though, and I would have to argue a bit too late. But there is still hope for them here in game 2. It's gonna rely on a good kickoff. Exactly not what will happen. Cue Up Dark will hold that ball. Goose will. It is the back wall, and without a clear from Nawafi, Cue Up Dark will go up 2-0 in this series. Now, before this series, with the 100 running late, I remember talking with Crypto, and he said that this series, even though it started late, would be a quick one. I don't know if he thought it would happen, if it would be quick this way. Cue Up Dark, 1 win away from one of the most surprising wins of the season. And if you were to tell me that Cue Up Dark would have beaten 100 or at least would be leading 2-0 at the very start of the season, I would not have believed you. Like many, I didn't really know what this Cue Up team was going to be like. And we all know what 3AM can do. But they've come in, they've really kind of relaxed into this season. Again, if they were able to take one more game, this is a 5th straight win this season for Cue Up. It would be a 2nd straight loss for X 3AM, and very likely they might have to settle for the 3rd seed out of their group going into the playoffs, something that I don't think anybody would have attached to 3AM. But it cannot be said to be unlikely. We will go into game 3 here. Cue Up Dark. They wanted to get in really quickly there. They readied up immediately after game 2. They wanted to go right back into this. They know they've got the confidence, the chemistry, and all the momentum on their side. As a raid from Tommy Buckets. It's the Bucket Raid. Hello there, Bucket Stream. You've come in at a great time here. We may have one of the most surprising wins of the season. And not by being an upset, I mean, I think anybody could have expected, I think anybody at this point in the season cannot doubt anything from Q Up Dark, but a field sweep over 3AM. They did not come into this match as the favorites, and they might be leaving this showing everybody who's boss of the Tsunami Cup, and what I believe is what I consider the toughest division in the Tsunami Cup. Already off to a great start, but not there. Crypto's gonna take it as the miscommunication from Q Up Dark. Blazing Yeti there, I don't know why he thought he needed to make that touch. Darkilia had already gone for it there in a rare lapse in judgment. He may be staring down the potential of a sweep, but that does not mean that is exactly going to happen. 3AM are still a very good team. I don't think they have not been swept in a very long time, I think, and they are not going to let that happen easily here as you up having to play some goal line stand. Goose will be first to it. He's going to let Crypto go, though. That's a great dribble. Kept out by Q Up as playing a little bit more of a goal line defense. Zerakilia will still be on the clear as Nawafi. Another bad touch from Nawafi. Q Up once again is looking to strike there. Blazing Yeti had a chance. It was not an easy shot, however. And Q Up Dark. I mean, they're taking advantage of Nawafi. Has had a not great performance so far this series. Some poor touches. Again, it feels like a player who's usually so controlled just feels so out of position. Oh my goodness! Zerakilia! Can Q Up Dark do any wrong? And with the Batmobile as well. That is a Cookseer classic. From the entire length of the field, Q Up Dark. Can you feel the energy they're feeling? And Zerakilia looking for another one. Flip reset, not able to get past Nawafi. But a huge Cookseer pinch, and with the Batmobile as well. My goodness. And you thought things were maybe starting to turn in 3AM's way. They have just been dealt probably one of the best goals of all season. Goose. Zerakilia. Stopped by Noki. He's still got another touch on this flip reset. Not able to get very far. Blazing Yeti. Zerakilia waiting upfield. Redirect not able to make it. And Nawafi jumps very early. He didn't want any of that play. Without Zerakilia's been playing this series, he has been perfect so far. On a team this highlight level, this highlight ready in Q Up Dark, that is saying something when you've had Goose, score a hat-trick in Game 1. We've had Blazing Yeti score almost 1,000 points, had 6 saves in Game 1, and has been playing a true, Keystone player level. Zerakilia seems to be able to separate himself from his teammates as he'll have to make a block here. Nawafi, great pass, Crypto will take the lead. As on X 3AM. Be able to find that one as who did Q Up lose to? Hockey, I believe it was next to New Chaos in week 1. Tommy can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was end-to-end Chaos. As Hunix 3AM once again in the lead here. Q Up Dark. Not with the same amount of confidence in them here, as that's an overcommit. It will not be on from Noki. He's able to recover, but Q Up feeling a little bit more of the pressure. Going down for once in a game. Not the same position, not the same feel than when you go 1-0 up. It is definitely going to be an impact play here for 3AM to get as much confidence as they can, to get that momentum swinging back in their favor. Q Up Dark hold the cards right now. They aren't holding the lead as Goose not able to get past multiple defenders, but Zerakilia will help him out. Blazing Yeti. Oh, he tried to get that one around, but Epto did very well to read that he was not going for net. As Zerakilia, he missed the boost there. Blazing Yeti will help a player out, but not very much. Q Up Dark running low. Not just on boost, but on time as well. But they gotta control things. Still a lot of time left, but 3AM are gonna milk that clock. That's another great strike. It will head just wide. Accuracy for 3AM has not been their friend so far this series as Blazing Yeti. He's got Zerakilia waiting, but it's gonna be his play. Would have liked to see a little more on that shot. Instead, it's an easy block for Nawafi, but this may not be so easy. Goes past Noki, but not around Crypto. He's Blazing Yeti with a dunk. No Waffy. Less than a minute to go here for Q Up Dark. As Goose, or Achillia, not there. Already up his Blazing Yeti. Oh, he missed that touch, and he would have loved if he just had a little bit more time on it. Instead, it will be, once again, sent down the field. That's a bad touch. Goose, he's going to have to avoid Nawafi. I'm looking to hold on to this match. Blazing Yeti, off the corner. Noki. Q Up Dark would love anything to get a goal here to sweep 3AM. They've started off slow. They've continued to be slow. Maybe they'll get one more chance. Oh, but it doesn't look like it's going to come very soon. Blazing Yeti. Goose. Actually, there's a very good 50 off the corner. Yeti will have to recover, but he's done good to pass to Zarkilia. Oh, but he misread it there. And 3AM will have game 3. You have a guaranteed game 4 in this matchup. You Up Dark, not out of the road just yet. It's going to be a much closer end of this series, and it will be at the start. They're not going to be happy that they didn't get off to a good start, and that really controlled everything about this series for them. We go into Utopia at Coliseum. X3AM looking to try to lead early once again. It's that first goal that seems to do everything. Q Up Dark just shut down after they got scored on early. For a team that's been so lethal, no one stepped up. And it's a real surprise because generally this team always does it, as that's another mistake there. Q Up Dark. The pressure's getting to them here. Oh, Blazing Yeti is starting to get a little unhappy. That is a horrible touch. That is an impressively bad touch there, and he's not going to be happy with it. I don't think anybody on Q Up Dark's going to be happy with it. And Q Up will... I mean, they're going to need to get a goal back, and they're going to get soon. Goose, is he done it? Yes, he has! That's snuck by Nowafi. He had no boost, had really no options there, but... Oh, he almost had it there. It was really a split-second decision for Nawafi on that goal line. As Q Up will once again lose the kickoff, but they do recover here. Yeah, infield to Noki. That one a little awkward there, but above the head of Blazing Yeti, as no one jumping early here. Goose will get on the end of it, but Q Up Dark a bit slow on that goal line. They will escape, however. It's not going to hurt them too badly, as they'll now be the ones to press upfield. Zarkilia missed on it. There'll be open space for 3AM to take. Again, no early challenge. Q Up Dark has been sitting a lot further back. Not nearly as confident in themselves, and it does show in their playstyle right now. Sitting a lot further, they're playing a lot more reactive. Almost as if they are worried about what 3AM can do. That's one of the last things you want to do about 3AM, is give them space, worry about what they could do, because this 3AM team can beat anybody. You gotta play confident against them if you really want to take them down. Zarkilia, did he get a flip on that? I don't think he did. X3AM just keeping things pinned to that back wall. That dunk from Crypto had goal on its mind. But it does somehow squeak out. And Q Up just needed to get this ball out. Well, 3AM, they're going to find a way to score eventually here. Potentially send the series to game 5. No Waffy! Oh, it's off the crossbar. Goose had nothing. Zero boost. Was beaten dead to rights. As Q Up Dark, and they get that ball out. Goose, not able to collect there. Blazing Yeti. It will bounce just off that sidewall. Crypto will go for goal. Goose will block. Blazing Yeti will get the clear. And somehow this game continues. As no Waffy. No second touch given. As it is Q Up. who once again just cannot seem to break out. Again, there's this lack of confidence, there's this lack of drive, a lack of consistency that we know that they did so well at the start of this series. It has just completely left them after game 2. It's almost as if they used all their energy. Next 3am, I mean, they're not playing any differently. There's nothing really changing with 3am. A lot of it just queue up, being a lot more reactive, and how this game is going, that's going to favor 3am every single time. Queue up, unless they get a quick break, they're not going to get any goals for the rest of this game. Once again, no challenge early. Zarkilia will get there first, however, but even then, queue up still not with the ball. Blazing Yeti will take it away from Noki, though. That's a great play in front. Zarkilia doesn't read it. Goose will. It's going to be easily kept up by the front post of Nawafi. Goose. A little bit of help from that pinch off that sidewall, just trying to get an extra touch here to force out 3am, but they're the ones that are going to have the breakaway chance. Noki! Oh my goodness! Noki gets both of them jumping! And 100x 3am, the go-ahead goal in Game 4. Noki waited and stutter stepped to victory. And this matchup, not done just yet. 3am would love to see Game 5. Potential reverse sweep. Nawa will take insurance. And all those 3am supporters, they gotta be feeling pretty good now. Queue Up Dark has lost their heat. And this is every reason why 3am is so strong. This is a huge turnaround. A team that looked out after Game 2. Queue Up. I don't know what's happened to this team. It's another one in their nets. It's 3 goals in the span of, I think, less than 15 seconds. It's a total collapse from Queue Up Dark. RX3M looking to make the reverse sweep as Crypto. We will be intercepted by Blazing Yeti, but at this point for Queue Up Dark, I don't see them getting 3 goals in this amount of time. Especially with, again, how weak they've looked. They've just been playing so reactive. It feels like they're playing scared of 3am. As I said, that's the last thing you want to do against this team, is to play scared, is to play nervous. 3am, they smell nervousness. They're totally fine with recognizing when teams are nervous. Queue Up, they're nervous right now. You can tell this team has lost that energy, but it will be a goal back for Blazing Yeti. At least late on, he'll get one here as... Thank you for the raid, Krusty. How was your stream tonight? What were you streaming? And it looks like we are going to Game 5 again. 3am just last week lost in the Game 5 to Paradox. Oh, wait a second. Maybe I called it too early. Goose has got one off the kickoff. And maybe there's still hope for Queue Up Dark. 3am did not design that kickoff very well. And I should not have called it early. Legion won in a reverse sweep. That's an impressive result there, Krusty. That's... You might see a reverse sweep themselves. If 3am can win this game in Game 5, it would be another reverse sweep. But Queue Up. Well, they almost got it there with Goose. Zarkilia kept it up at 0 seconds. Crypto, though, has the ball, and you would expect him to ground this one as... Oh, he won't be able to do so. No final touch. Goose is going to roll to the ground, though. 3am do take Game 4. And that means we are guaranteed one more game. Reverse sweep potential here for 100x 3am. They lost to the Game 5 just last week against Paradox. That was their one and only loss so far. Queue Up, they've gone to Game 5 last week. They did it against Affinity Gamma, a team that you would not expect them to go to Game 5 against. Both these teams, they're in straight week where their match is going to go to a Game 5. And we're going to get to see all of it here Our follow-up series, by the way, will be 100x Nemesis, taking on Evolve Genesis. That match is actually going to be delayed now because of how long the series has gone. Thank you for the follow there, Krusty. Wait, how have you not followed me already, Krusty? Thank you anyways. I'm happy that you have clicked the follow button. Next, 135 Esports is an org that's known to win a lot on the stream. I don't know why. Maybe it's something the fact that I'm on 135, partnered with them. It's the only org I have any works with, any connections to officially. They always seem to have good luck on the stream for whatever reason. We'll see if that good luck continues here. As Crypto, able to get around Zerakilia. Nawa, that first goal really is going to matter so much here. Blazing Eddie, though, has also changed cars. He's on the Dominus now. I think he was on the Octane earlier. Actually, I think it was a Fennec. Sorry, my apologies. I think it was a Fennec earlier, not an Octane. As Q up Dark. Oh, you subbed! Oh, okay. My apologies, Krusty. I didn't read it correctly then. Did you sub? You totally did. My apologies, Krusty. Thank you for the sub. Support matters so much. Yeah, I thought you had followed me already. Everybody go support Krusty and Tommy Buckets, by the way, the two people that I've rated in most recently. Great casters, they both do work in the Rocket League Splash Series. You get to see some incredible matches like this on their stream. It's now 2v1. Blazing Yeti faked! And Noki! Oh boy! And that beat there on Goose, that meant everything. And you're 2-on-1 against Blazing Yeti, so long as the bump connects. That's all you need to do. And it's another incredible strike. 100x 3M, hold the early lead. Nawafi not able to get there. Goose looking to answer back. Does get the flick, but Noki just enough on it there. And 3M once again looking to suffocate the play. Nawa, Goose needs to get this one. Missed it completely. Crypto walking in, but he won't see his shot. And Q up on another miss. Blazing Yeti this time. And 100x 3AM walking in front. As Goose now walking back. Oh, he's taking it. A shot from point blank for Goose. And he won't miss it. You up Dark with an answer. And this game tied for now. Q up. Not looking to get reverse sweep. Swept? Reverse swept. Not sweeped. As 3 minutes remain, it's a good infield pass, but great calmness from Nawafi. He doesn't jump for it, knows he has time. Knows that Q up Dark aren't exactly playing confidently. Won't jump for that immediately. There's no tendencies from Q up. They haven't really changed it around. Noki. Oh, he's missed it! Oh, it's a lead for Q up. Noki with a relatively routine clear, but apparently he can't reach that one. And it's all smiles for Q up Dark. They know they got away with that goal. But every goal matters at this point. I don't think they care how they go in. Oh, he's gotten dunks there by Blazing Yeti. 3AM. Looking for that outplay. Again, it's only our first of 3 series, and every series is just as exciting as the other. Nawafi has the flip in use. Has another one. It will be taken away by Blazing Yeti. He doesn't want to see any of that. And there's Q up Dark as they'll get more offense here. 2 minutes to go. It's another great shot from Blazing Yeti, but Nawafi will be waiting. Now he's got to get this clear. And he will. Goose doesn't have a lot to work with. Noki taking it down the field. He will not catch up in time. 3AM running low. Oh, Nawafi gave it away. It was a mistake he made in Game 2. It's a mistake that he'll make in Game 5. Nawafi again taking the 50 from the sidewall. And this time without anybody behind him. That is a real mistake on Nawafi. You just can't challenge from there. The ball's always going to find its way to the net from that position. And now for 3AM, they're 2 down. But with not much time to go, they've got to get chances. Nawafi. Noki. Oh, Crypto jumped as well. Q up with more time, but taken away by Nawafi. Bounced off the corner. Blazing Yeti will be waiting for it. 40 boost in the tank as Crypto. Blazing Yeti using everything there. All 40 of his boost. Take that one away. Q up, just waiting back. No one challenging at this point. It's all about the defense from here on out. This is a lead they can hold, but will they hold it? That's not to a good start. Crypto forces it past Goose. And on an X3 AM. 1 minute, 12 seconds to go. Only 1 goal behind. A match that will almost certainly be repeated in the playoffs. 2 top teams of the division fighting. Noki! Oh! Unbelievable! Let the moment speak for itself. Rocket League never fails to amaze. 3 AM. Momentum on their side now. Noki has got his hat trick. And on an X3 AM, from the clutches of defeat, have rallied back in a huge way. 3 goals unanswered. The lead is theirs. Queue up, Yeti. I don't know if they were expecting this position a minute ago, or even 30 seconds ago. But they're in that position now. They have to score. And there's only 30 seconds left. Zarkilia. Noki. Noki doesn't go the right direction there. It's in front for Blazing Yeti. Off wide. Follow-up shot. Zarkilia. Not able to put it on. Goose now. Not able to do it. It's Noki will be waiting. 3 AM panicking now. Crypto sends it away, but they have to play defense for a little bit longer. Noki will take this one out, but the ball doesn't hit the ground. It has to hit for them to take it. 3 AM. Reverse sweep is made. Three games straight, 3 AM have bounced back. It's a reverse sweep. It's a huge win. And in week 6, 3 AM will maintain their lead of their group. And what a response. What a turnaround. 100x 3 AM have taken the match. I did not expect that. I don't know if anybody expect that. And we are going to be talking with Noki. I know we got a series coming up very, very soon, but Noki, we got to talk about that series. What a match. A reverse sweep. I mean, it looked like you guys were going to be swept at points in that series. You know, how are you feeling now? That is a win against one of the top teams of your division, and you know how important that is.
I know it's important, but and I know we just reversed swept, but I'm not happy about it. Really not. I didn't like our performance, but at the end of the day, we got the win. That's what matters. But you know, obviously, I'm happy about the win, but we should have done way better. But you know, going from playing teams and scrims, it was a big adjustment for us for how they played. The first 2 games was kind of rough for us with their play style. After the first 2 games, we had to make a huge adjustment, something that we haven't practiced too much. But at the end of the day, it worked out. But I just wish, you know, we did a bit better. But you know, at least we got the win.
Hey, you guys did as well. I know Crypto also joining us here as well. Even though, you know, it may not have been the strongest opponents. You guys did not look great in those first 2 games. Just felt like a team that didn't have its full cohesion that we saw when you guys played against 10 Exile early this season. But you guys came back. What was it about you guys that you guys talked about before Game 3 that turned the series around? Because, you know, when you're 2-0 down against a team that seems to be dominating, controlling everything, what was it that this team talked about between Game 2 and 3? Because that turned things around.
Basically, we had to dim down our gameplay from what we normally do. It doesn't feel rewarding. Doesn't feel that team every time. Doesn't feel happy. I'm not happy. It's annoying. I don't really know.
Yeah, what we talked about before the game 3. I basically told our team, because I'm mainly the one who like talks about adjustments. I told our team we need to settle down and basically let them give us the ball and literally solo play everything, because they would just hop the ball down the moment it spilled mid, and just had to like I said, I told our team we have to dumb down our gameplay and stop acting like it's like life or death, and we're playing like a normal team we usually scrim.
And you guys, again, you know, it may be a second straight week where you guys are maybe not happy with yourselves, but hey, at the very least, you guys are still leading in your group, and you still are in a great position to take that top spot in your playoffs. I know there's a lot you guys are going to be talking about, you know, Crypto, you know, going into your last week, your final week, you know that there's going to be a good amount of pressure on you guys, so make sure you maintain that top spot. You know your division's tough as well, these teams are tough, you guys still find a way to do it, even in one of the most competitive Tsunami Cups we've seen ever. Is there, you know, is there any last things you want to say about kind of the team performance overall tonight, about kind of your hopes, at least in the future, for the playoffs?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I think we just need to gain more momentum for playoffs, but at the end of the day, it's regular season, and what really matters is the playoffs. So I know we'll perform when it comes down to it. I think our team has proven time and time again that at the end of the day, we have plot armor and we will win no matter what circumstances we face. And at the end of the day, it does not matter about our performances until we perform on playoffs. And until we perform bad in playoffs and get beaten, I'm not ready to accept any other outcome.
Guys may not have had your best performance, but you do take down one of the scariest teams this season. I think you guys should be a lot happier about how you guys played, but you are able to make it. You guys are in prime position to take that #1 overall seed going into the playoff bracket for the Tsunami Cup, at least out of your group. And no getting Crypto, congrats on your win. Is there any last things either of you two want to say on the stream?
Crypto, you got anything?
Hope we never play like that again.
Well, again, as you guys said again, though, it's still a way of a reverse sweep. It's something that doesn't happen often on the stream. So again, congratulations on that. An amazing rest of your night, and hopefully we'll get to see you guys again, and specifically as you guys go into the playoffs, because I have a feeling you guys are going to be meeting Q Up Dark again in that playoff bracket. And if you want a little bit more spiciness, I heard from Blazing Yeti. I got a little message from him after that series. Immediately after the series, he said, when you two rematch in the playoffs, it's going to be a 4-0 sweep for Q Up. So he's confident against you guys. So I'm sure you guys are going to be confident against him.
Wait, did he actually say that?
Oh yeah, he did.
Okay.
No,
I mean, no comment.
I won't.
Yeah, I won't get into it, but no comment.
I don't want to fucking.
3M looking to
hold on, no.
You do want to say something, Crypto?
Hold on. Those kids are so dog shit.
Crypto, don't curse, please.
Those kids
No.
are so bad. Never. You guys can never beat us in a BO7 in my life. Swear to God.
Well, again, you know, it's heating up here. It's heating up here. I don't think I want to stay here too long. It's heating up, though.
God could strike me down if a lightning bolt. They will never beat us, bro.
Hey, Tommy. By the way, whenever these two teams meet in the playoffs, please have me cast that match. By the way, Tommy, I think it's going to be a great series. But for you guys, have an amazing rest of your night. We got to move to our next series. You guys played it fantastically well. So good. Congrats on your win. And hopefully we'll see you again very soon.
All right. Queue up, pack watch, by the way.
Get a little bit of fun there. But yeah, man, they're calling out Q up. I like it. Both these teams are calling each other out. We are going to get CplMonkeyshines to join us here for our next match. We are not going to have a single break. That match took a very long time. I know both the other teams in our next series are waiting for us. Shout out to them, by the way, for waiting. Our next match, we'll take a look at our playoff bracket. It's the Evolution Championship Series that we'll be seeing next on this stream. The best of 7. We're going straight into it as well. No delays. Hopefully we'll get CplMonkeyshines to join us here. As soon as we do, we gotta get his beautiful face in here, right? So we'll wait on CplMonkeyshines. As soon as he's here, we'll... Is he here already? I know he's joined the video. You there, CplMonkeyshines?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Hey,
sir.
he's here. CplMonkeyshines is in the lobby. How you doing, my friend? It's a weird one because we have no turnaround time for this, and I know we were talking about the weird turnaround time with how delayed our first series was, but we come into this one, a playoff bracket. It's Evolve Genesis versus the Empire Strikes Back, now known as 100x Nemesis. It's a huge best-of-7 series.
What an evening already. What an evening already. An absolutely tremendous series to start. You got a reverse sweep. You got some chippiness afterward there. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Now we got to follow it with something extra special. I have no doubt, folks, that we can do just that.
I love the hype as well, but yeah, our match are pretty huge as well. Evolve Genesis, one of the top teams. I think they're the second seed going into the playoff bracket. So, you know, that should say just how much confidence Evolve. In fact, Evolve as an org have so much confidence in this division. Of the top 8 teams, 4 of them are from Evolve. So this org has been nothing but dominant this season. But if you remember, very recently, only yesterday, we saw an Evolve number 1 seed, the number 1 seed in the Manfield League, which is the Champ 1, Champ 2 division. Also an Evolve team lose in a Game 7, so anything can happen here. Is our next Nemesis, Evolve Genesis, our next match up. I mean, as you said, it's going to be hype. It's a best of 7. And we take a look at our schedule, it's not the only incredible match that we're going to have later tonight. After this, Egoist Golden Hour Esports is on the docket. That's another great match. That's almost certainly going to determine our second best team in the Cyclone Cup.
I'll tell you what, it has been an amazing, amazing season. It has been an amazing evening. Excuse me. We got a little bit of everything, and you know, we had the great opportunity to have a tremendous nightcap as well. We've seen a lot from 100x thus far. You know, an organization that we're both really familiar with, and we always know that they provide an excellent matchup for anybody they come across. But still, we're at the point in the season where we get the best effort from everybody, and even there, I mean, that was tremendous. And again, I know there's folks that are not happy with what we just saw, but now here's the opportunity. We've had one team from 100x this evening. Now, hey, I know that they weren't digging what they saw out there previously. I fully respect that. So now, their brethren going out there, able to show what this organization is capable of, and I cannot wait because it is always a delight. However, we do have a bit of more of an extended series. You know, we did see a best of 5. Now we shift to a best of 7. So a little bit more in terms of mental long term. And I know the folks out there and the 100x complex are saying we're going to be out of here in 4. But I don't know about that.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think if they're going to win, it's going to be grindy, it's going to be long, and it's going to be a battle of anything here tonight. So honestly, I don't think it's going to end in 4. I'm just going to say this. I have a feeling our next series is going to be delayed as well. So with how long this series is probably going to go. So I think the series is going to be one that will go pretty far. I mean, if our last series went to 7, and you know how Certified plays on the stream, they always find ways to win. I don't see anything. I don't see this being a series that's going to end soon either. No, just knowing how good this Nemesis team is. Again, they just added an Omster as well, and he really has brought this team from being like a good team, an okay team, to an incredible team. They're very good. I think Evolve Genesis should be worried.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm familiar with Omster at this point, and I've got to agree with you. I don't think this one's a sweep by any stretch of the imagination. As a matter of fact, you know, wherever I go, you and me, my friend, especially you and me, we bring something a little special. I got to say, you know what? It would be a crying shame. A crying shame if we didn't get to see at least 6, if not 7. I think that's very, very doable for both of these fine folks. Again, we already saw one tremendous series this evening featuring 100x. No reason we shouldn't see another one. And indeed, looking forward to seeing these teams yet again. 100x Nemesis, Evolve Genesis, familiar with them. We know what they are capable of. We know that they are capable of providing us, again, an excellent series. Wonderful, and again, a wonderful series on its own. But something that can right properly follow what we just witnessed. And again, I know the folks from 100x weren't digging it. But here is their opportunity, like I say, Nemesis, to be able to avenge any issues, any performance critiques with a little bit of something of their own. So at the end of the night, like I say, 100x org, the complex can have a lovely evening. However, we all know that Evolve Genesis all out to break hearts. So we shall see if they were capable of this evening, and in short order, we hope.
Well, we'll see about it. I honestly don't mind if it's a short or a long series. As again, the teams jumping in. It's going to be Buckster, Forehead, and Omster. Not surprising, that's the roster they usually go with. And Evolve only have 3 players. Twisty, Chanter, and Silo. It's a best of 7, you mentioned as well, CplMonkeyshines. It's an amazing match. It's gonna be full of, I don't know what to say, but excitement,
Gusto?
incredible.
Vinegar?
Gusto's a great way to describe it. You're better with
go.
words than I am
Well.
here, but we'll get into this match right now. Both these teams, they were not happy when I had to say they had to be delayed a little bit, so we are gonna get this going right now. I don't want to delay the series either. It's a long one as well. Best of 7. We're going straight in this. This is gonna probably be 3 hours straight of me casting. I'm just thinking about that as well, but we're all here for it, and at least you are joining me to help share in the pain as Hunter X Nemesis versus Evolve Genesis, the quarterfinals for the Evo Champ Near League, the highest division. All these players at least GC2, but I can promise you, they're all GC3. SSL is Evolve with the first strike. It's Twisty, and 5 seconds, and Evolve Genesis already have a goal. And for Hunter X Nemesis, they are coming in as the underdogs, heavy underdogs, and so I don't think this is any surprise.
Not at all. I mean, all of 5 seconds. But of course, like I said, it is a best of 7. You got plenty of time to establish your game plan. But one thing I'm always curious about, Sporty, in these best of 7s is, hey, it's all about taking game number 1, laying the foundation. But what I'm most curious about is the team that takes the game 1 L. How do they respond in game number 2? Because that can often set things up for the remainder of the series. And now we are talking 2-0 in favor of Genesis, all of 17 seconds in.
Chancer will take that one, and Evolve Genesis just in full control right now. Nemesis, obviously when teams come in, they always come in with a bit of a game plan. I don't know if they didn't talk a game plan through. Whatever it is, it didn't work so well for them. It's 2 goals down. And so often we talk about the early starts of these games, it makes so much of a difference. I mean, in what we just saw against with 100 AM, the games they won were only the games where they scored first. Only the games they scored first they were able to win. So that first goal really matters, even at this high division where you think it really shouldn't matter. It matters. And with Evolve Genesis up by 2, being heavy favorites, there can't be much more that supports them being able to take this first game and potentially continue that going into this series.
Tremendous work by Genesis here early on, finding some early momentum. And, as they say, no plan survives first contact. So I'm not sure what 100X had in their back pocket. We're going to find out. We are not even a minute in here, and Chancer able to grab yet another on the cusp of a hat trick already, but still plenty of time, obviously, for Nemesis to rebound. Can they do it? They got to do so in a hurry, I do believe.
I would say, yes, it has to be quickly, especially with Genesis holding this kind of momentum. I mean, it is. I just have to say it. It feels like it's just 3 Genesis players on this field. I haven't seen anything from Nemesis just yet. To be fair, they haven't even been given time to do anything just yet. It's been only a minute so far. 3 goals for Genesis here. And for Evolve, again, looking to hopefully have it where the stream does not become the place where all the Evolve Esports top seeds lose, as Twisty will make it 4, and oh dear, this is gonna be one of those games. CplMonkeyshines, I can already tell it is. They're up by 4, and we still have so much more to go.
Yeah, and in this moment, when you are on the bad end of 4-0, it's very hard to slow down and find some way to hit the brakes, hit the e-brakes such as it is. But in this moment, I will say as well, you are officially at the point where you're looking at mini victories. You're trying to find a way to humanize your opposition. You're trying to find a way to even get on the board, to work that foundation and start to build on it. Again, we are just, oh my goodness, kids on bias. We are just a minute 30, and my goodness, so we will see if 100X is capable of doing just that. Might it slip? No, it will not. But Sporty, my guy, what a way to start if you are Genesis. The question is, can they continue this on? I mean, forget about game number 1. Can they continue this on all night? Are they just putting it all out there for us in game number 1?
I would hope not so. I think they have a lot of energy in their tanks here, as Chanter doesn't get that clear. Next Nemesis will look to go back the other way here off the corner. Second touch. A little infield pass, but Nemesis not pushing up nearly as heavily. They're not nearly as trusting each other. And with how this game has started, I think they're just trying to slow things down first before trying to jump in and get goals. At the very least, if you can even up this matchup, you really do put yourself in a much better position for the future. As Buckster, double tap, bang! He's put it under. As Nemesis will answer back, their first of the series. And boy, what a beauty.
We talk about the humanization of the opposition. There you go, and I enjoy it. What happened right there? If you are 100X, if you want to talk about what you must do to fight your way back, we are still not even a half into this one. Like I said, humanizing the opponent, show that they can make a mistake. And hey, it didn't look like Genesis was possibly capable of that, but technically a 1-0 scoring run, such as it is, that we're going to be sent away off the double commit. Dayfat's back down there, and My goodness. I will say, Genesis, not blinking at all, not stressing. Why would they be still with that 3-goal differential?
Yeah, it's one of those things where you don't want to take things too easily, but I mean, they're up by 3. There's not a lot of time left, and Nemesis haven't really proven to be ever be a really strong offensive type team. As another one will go in, Silo will take it. I can't even talk CplMonkeyshines before Evolve scores here. It's 5-1. As if this game wasn't already feeling like it's out of reach. They're just adding another, retaking that 4-goal differential.
Well, the interesting thing is, well, if you're familiar with 100x at all, I mean, you know offensive fireworks, largely the name of the game there, but now we are seeing Genesis going out there and providing that left, right, front, and center, handling business. Kickback by Chantra, up and over. Might they be able to get the follow set up there? And unfortunately, if you are 100x, that one off the nose of your defense. We are on the cusp. I know that Genesis is saying book your tickets, but make sure those tickets are refundable. $1.50 left to go, 6-1 in favor of the Evolve representation.
The classic CplMonkeyshines. Make sure those tickets are refundable. We might see if the dreams do come true here for Evolve Genesis, so it may not be here. But Chantra will get back in time. Nemesis switching for more offense as forehead. Omster waiting in front, but it is Evolve. On the ball is a great demo. That net's wide open. Silo will take it. And those tickets, they don't need to be refunded. We're off to Rio. We're off to Brazil. It's 7-1. And this is only the first game of a best of 7. Evolve Genesis have not lost anything this series, it feels. And honestly, with how they've started, I mean, the way they're playing, it feels like it's repeatable. And that's the scary part. They might be popping off, but it feels like what they're doing on offense is not something that is going to happen once. It's going to happen again and again. This is a consistent offense with a playstyle that is very simple, that isn't, one that's getting fortunate. They're playing good. They're playing a lot better than Nemesis, and that's why they're leading by so many goals.
Yeah, it's very crisp, good rotation. They, like you say, they're not doing anything fancy. They're not doing anything, 100%, clip-worthy per se. They're just going out there and getting the job done. And of course, ultimately, hey, that's all that matters. But, you say, hey, this looks like something that's, something they can duplicate. And my goodness, if that's the case. So here we are, game number 1. Obviously, it's not going to go your way if you are Nemesis. It is all about finding the reset button, being able to get out there again, finding some level of positive momentum. Crossbar, kind defender there. But again, as we are just about 40 seconds remaining in this one, oh, my gosh, it's been just about a masterclass and then some by Genesis.
7-1. It was a very good start for Genesis, and it just barreled into more and more goals with a snowball of momentum here as Silo will look for 8. Will be kept out by Forehead, looking to not be put on the Sporty FC stream stat sheet. If any of you know what a blowout is on the stream, it is a game that ends the goal differential of 7 or more. So, 100x Nemesis looking to avoid that here. Infill past the Buckster. Hey, they'll do it. That's going to go in. That's a 5-goal differential. They won't have to worry about being on the stat sheet after this game.
Don't have to worry about being a footnote. Don't have to worry about being on the trivia card at all. But again, positive momentum, any way, shape, or form, something that they can build on. And there you go. Again, I know that the score in and of itself heavily tilted towards your opponent. But hey, you're showing that you can build on something. All the momentum in the world, however, going in game number 2, of course, with Genesis. And I'm curious indeed to see whether or not they can continue the offensive onslaught as you suggested, or if some way, some shape, somehow, Nemesis is able to respond and slow things down.
I'd love to see them turn things around. Love to see it. I think these follow-up games are going to be much closer, but what we've seen from these teams, I mean, it is Evolve Genesis, who are proving why they're that top team. Why their regular season was so good. They only lost once in the regular season, whereas, I mean, on the other side for Nemesis, their record ended, I think, as 2-6 in the regular season. So there's a true difference here between these teams. And again, there's a reason why Evolve is such a heavy favorite right now. Again, the other team 2-6, they're 7-1. There's a difference between these teams. Evolve Genesis is proving that difference is very, very noticeable, and it may only get wider as the series goes on, because now they have momentum, now they have confidence, they know that they're the better team right now. So it is up to them to just make sure it continues, as we have game 2 ahead of us. 7-2 the scoreline, but I don't think next games are going to be nearly as close, going to be nearly as one-sided, but I don't think it's going to be super close either. Especially if Genesis continues this performance. They had 12 shots compared to 9, but it really felt like that skew was even more heavy in their favor.
It really did. I mean, it got out of hand in a hurry. You know, just one shot, two shots. They're not even going to the club just yet. It was shot after shot after shot. But I think we're going to learn a lot here in the first half of this one, the first 2 minutes 30 seconds, about what we're going to get. And I gotta say, if you're 100x, I gotta wonder if killing a little bit more clock isn't the way to go to kind of stymie that offensive effort of Genesis.
I don't know if really killing that clock's gonna help, but they just need to get goals. Simply put, they started off so poorly last game, they never really had a chance to take that win. I'd want to see them, you know, kind of shrug off that game. It's only one, it's a best of 7, it's a very long matchup. These two did meet each other in week 1 of the regular season. It was a 3-1 win for Evolve Genesis, but a lot of what we're gonna need to see here from RX Nemesis is just the ability to turn things around, to change things as well in their favor, because right now it just feels like they just need to get off to a better start, and if they can, maybe that's all they need to take a couple games off of Evolve Genesis.
A bit too much of a gentle touch there. You know, this is a group in Nemesis. If they want to find the back of the net at this point, they got to come in with the heavy hitters, unless they are looking to set up a couple times, pull the defense out of position for the follow-up from the third man, but that one sent away up and over, back and forth, horizontal, but the demo memo passed out there, courtesy of Forehead. Maybe set up. No, tremendous read there. Chanter going to address the issue as well. Pressing up. Obster. Send that one back off the wall. Rush up now. Has the 100 set on back. And indeed, fast and furious. This one begins to fly. And there is no score yet. But indeed, it still feels like the ferocity, just how fast this one is going. There is nothing on the scoreboard, Sporty. And yet it still feels like that momentum on the side of Genesis.
You nearly cursed it too there. Chanter nearly hit an incredible double tap.
Waiting, pause.
Yeah, you maybe should have waited on that call a little bit there as Evolve. And I think we're making all of us hold our breath there as... Oh, and a demo tap from Twisty. Won't be able to get there as low boost. Chased down by Omster. You're right, it's not Omster. I keep calling him Omster. I'm the only person who calls him that. And that's...
It's like Nomster, but Omster.
Yeah, it's Omster. It's totally Omster as well. He's told me it's Omster. I know his teammates just told me it's Omster. I keep calling him Omster for whatever reason. You know what? It's because I take physics class. If you don't know, ohm is a measure.
Yes.
Is a measurement in physics. As Chancer. Oh, Silo actually get that 50 instead. It will get past Omster there as Silo past Forehead. Still has another touch. Is Forehead. Him and Buckster, both teammates, back on Omega. Back when they were on Omega Blackout. They were in a couple different seasons together. Is that one off the post? Follow-up shot will not be all that difficult for Chanter to deal with, but a Nemesis attacking that end. As I said, it's going to be close to this game. Even though Genesis are holding the ball with more might, with more control, looking like the better team, Nemesis have the better chances this game. They've been scarier when they get those chances to shoot, and that's something they have to take here, because for Genesis, they are not off to a good start, and as you can see, they're not off to a very good middle of this game either, but that's a 2v1. Silo wants all of it. Bump on Buckster! Goes right through him. And it's goal 1 in game 2. Genesis will break the deadlock.
Call it what you want. Call it trolling. Call it Reynolds-esque. I call it BEA beautiful, the bump goal. Getting Genesis on the board 1-0, 2 minutes left to go here, so a fine back and forth. Ultimately, Genesis able to get on the board, and hey, if they're going to slug it out, no reason to believe that they can't finish things off. But again, testament to what Nemesis has been able to do. You know, they did, have a nice little back and forth, say, hey, absolutely, bit by bit, we are going to make this one happen. It is still only a 1-goal game, but indeed, they got to find a way to crack that goose egg. Served up right in front of the net, but no! Absolutely tremendous defense. Is Forehead going to kick that one back and look, recover, no back pass, out and over. This one just goes back and forth regardless of the lead. Again, it just seems like Genesis has this one. However, this is a crew in Nemesis that can at the very least tie it up. We have seen they were able to get on the board a couple times. All they need is the one. Again, oh, excuse me, beg pardon. They might need a couple as of this point. Just coming in out of nowhere, great pop, and able to just congeal, convalesce, whatever you want to use. Able to get there, take the shot, 2-0.
I just say shoot, personally here. CplMonkeyshines. I think that's the best way to describe that play.
There.
There's, you know what? You can describe it however you want. It's a goal for Evolve Genesis. That's all they are going to say. Here it's a 2-0 lead here for them as Game 2. Oh, no way. It's a pre-jump from Silo. He's just stolen the ball off his own teammates. Evolve Jenna, if that isn't a one way of going to this game, they are that confident with a 2-goal lead. I love it. And 100x Nemesis will look for an answer. And the scary part is we know how good Nemesis is. This is a good team in Nemesis. The addition of Omster has really transformed this team from, again, being good, from being a team that would make the playoffs to being a team that can definitely put damage in the playoffs. But this division is so much tougher than many of the other divisions they play in, and they know it. And I think a lot of other players know it. Oh, Genesis team is here's a win, as that's another Twisty. Smelled blood in the water, saw the mistake. And 100x Nemesis scored on again as Omster and Foyed didn't really know who was going to take that one.
We talk about just the smallest of moments that really tell the tale. And when you have your own teammate stealing this away, says, nah, I got you, my guy. And like you say, it really speaks to the confidence they have. That one off the cheap, but Buckster going to try to send it on back. Set, able to get it past one, but that one sent on over into the corner, kickback by Omster. Might he be able to do anything with it? He will not. As the seconds tick away again against the favor of Nemesis. And my goodness, a 3-0 scoring run quite possibly into game number 3. So here we are. It does indeed appear that Evolve's going to take this one, Sporty. And we're talking 2-0. We're talking Genesis. What must this crew do if you are Nemesis? Be able to slow things down and quite possibly at least get one game in the dub column.
As I said it before, they need to score early. And honestly, for CplMonkeyshines, they should have scored early. They had so many good chances at the start of this game. Even by the halfway point, I mentioned they had the better chances to score in that first half of the game. I don't know why they didn't. They had their opportunities. For whatever reason, they didn't take them, CplMonkeyshines. And I mean, if you don't take your chances to score, you're not winning these games. You're not winning this series. So for 100x Nemesis, it's just put the shot in the net. They had their chances. They should have scored on their chances. They didn't take them. And now look at where we are. Evolve Genesis, they are scoring their chances. They are taking them. Even if maybe they started off a bit slow in that game. They were the ones that ultimately could score on their chances. They deserved game 2. Nemesis needs to be able to prove that they can do just that. Because, simply put, they had the better chances in the first half. Even if they didn't win possession.
Absolutely. And I said the first 2 minutes, 30 seconds of that first half was going to tell me a lot. What we saw or what we didn't see, again, to your point, we did not see goals on the board for 100x, and now they are down 2-0 in the series, but still, we at the very least get 2 more games from these 2 fine teams. Monster's not able to get it past Twisty, and now looping back around there. Oh, you've got a double commit, looking for the pinch in air, and it will happen. I don't know if it's calculated, but hey, power of friendship, sometimes it comes back to do a positive thing here, there, everywhere. Pop out there by Twisty. Omster back in there, going to be able to get the save. Gentle touch, set all back down. You've got the entirety of 100x there, and it pulls them entirely out of position. We are talking 1-0. All of about 24 seconds left to go in this one, and Omster doing just so much tactical backflip there by Forehead. Whew. This one, I fear, Sporty, it may get out of hand in a hurry yet again, but we still have time.
Unlike last game, it's Evolve Genesis. You have the better chances early on here. And 100x Nemesis, yes, as confusing as it sounds, there's literally 1 letter difference in those names.
I'm doing my best. I am doing my best.
There's only 2 letters that have changed around between those 2 names, but as we've noticed, they're having the better chances early here. Genesis still playing confidently, which is not a good sign for Nemesis here. And just look at this from Genesis. It's almost as if they're toying with Nemesis. They're not. It feels like they're just taking things slow. They're having a relaxing time here. That is not a good thing to say as Silo, unable to get that shot. Buckster, thought there was a shot incoming from Twisty, but said Twisty's just gonna let him play this one out. Chancer, oh, what a great control. Chancer, oh no, he just hit the post there. Chancer nearly had the glue on the front bumper of his car, and Nemesis nearly were fooled. That was a great opportunity for number 2, but Nemesis the other way. Chancer will block, and Evolve Genesis. I mean, as if they couldn't get any better. This is the best start they've had all series, and they've only scored once, but they are almost looking like they could score again and again. And they're just, I mean, this is just offense from Evolve Genesis over and over. Control, skill. They just feel like the much better team right now is Chancer, Silo, Twisty. Oh, they don't score there, but Evolve Genesis. You feel like that second goal is going to come at any point here. Didn't feel pass. Saved away. Omster will put it in. Evolve Genesis failed to score. Nemesis have taken full advantage on the counterattack.
It felt like Genesis might be playing with their food a little bit, but Nemesis 316 says this one is tied up, and we're looking to make something happen here. We're looking to get on the series scoreboard. As Twisty coming off the cheat, might be able to get the shot on, set back to center, and just like that, folks, we are back to the 1-goal differential with a nice little kiss by Forehead. And ultimately, my guy, we cannot blink before Genesis gets it back on the board.
Yeah, I think this is Genesis realizing that you can't take Nemesis easily. You can't take 100x Nemesis easily, or really any team. You're in the quarterfinals. These are the top 8 teams in the Neo League at this point. And if you don't respect them, they're going to take goals against you. Evolve Genesis, look at this, already turning things around. Chancer, Silo, unable to get that doink ahead. Buckster will carry this away, and Evolve Genesis already can feel that shift in mentality. They're not taking this series so easily anymore. They're going to make sure they get a ton of goals against Nemesis. Really take this one away before they can feel confident. And that's a mentality change that I'm surprised they haven't made earlier, but is one that is almost certainly going to could pull things out of reach for Nemesis.
Yeah, and again, even 2-1, that lead in and of itself, it just feels like it's a mountain to climb. Kick out the forehead. However, climb the mountain, plant your flag. We are just south of halftime. And again, I will say this, credit where credit is due. Nemesis, they are punching up. They are throwing hands. They are not going away gently. They are ready to rock and roll on and on and on all night long. And I gotta say, Sporty, really, again, big credit. That mental could have gone in the toilet, but that does not appear to be the case.
And Nemesis still have a little bit left in them, still have that confidence, and to be fair, with how this game has gone, it has been a good performance so far. Taking advantage of Genesis, who feel a little bit more relaxed, as you said. They're not going gently, or rather what you should be saying, they're not going gently into that good night or into the off-season here, as our next Nemesis will take that ball away. Chanter able to find the clear. Twisty unable to reach it. It does get around Forehead, but Omster waiting. Will find Buckster off the back wall. It's a bad touch from Silo. Twisty dancing in front of his net. He'll finally get the chance to clear. Forehead dunked by Silo. Chancer, no boost, has to challenge at Forehead. And he will. Evolve Genesis. I get another clear, but Nemesis, our next Nemesis, holding the way. Twisty in field. It's Chancer! Oh, and he placed it perfectly. Slid right under the last defender. And Evolve Genesis back in the lead, looking for triple match points.
120 kph as well.
Oh, did we lose CplMonkeyshines? Oh no, I think we may have lost CplMonkeyshines, everybody. We'll get him back in as soon as we can here, but Evolve Genesis. One goal in, yeah, as he cut off. CplMonkeyshines mentioning a 120 kilometers per hour on that last shot. It was not slow by any margin here. Is he back? I heard him.
He
okay
is
there?
back. Discord has been just absolutely painful to me lately. That's what we've got. A rule. What's about a rule 45? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, it's going to result in another chance in front. Genesis unable to take that one, but you know, well, you were gone for a few seconds. Evolve Genesis just keeping up that offense, keeping up that pressure. There's not much slowing this team down at this point. And I said, even though they're 1-0 up, it feels like it's 2 or 3 goals up with how they're playing. And Hunter's Nemesis, it feels like they have to put in that effort to just get that goal back. They have not taken the lead yet this game. I don't even know if they've taken the lead yet this series against Evolve Genesis. That's how much of an uphill climb it feels, even though it is this close on the scoreline.
It has been back and forth, tit for tat, but they have just not been able to break through to the degree they're going to have to if they want to take this series. And my guy, you know, we were talking about this one, how it definitely wouldn't be 4. Oh my goodness, Chancer! What a save! What an absolutely dynamic save! And we are knotted up at 17 seconds left. But to finish my point, you know, we thought this one would absolutely not be done at 4. But after this one, if Nemesis can't take it, I dare say we may have to take those words right back.
Yeah, we may have to here. We'll see, though. It can Evolve Genesis find their stride. They will not get it there off the kickoff. Forehead. Well, space is all him here. 10 seconds remain. It will be Twisty. Silo. We have not seen overtime yet tonight. Here's Omsters. Missed on it completely. Open chance for Genesis. Chancer. It's in front. 0 seconds. The shot could not fall. And it will be overtime. We didn't see it when we saw that last series where 3AM took the reverse sweep. We do see it here in the Evolution Championship Series quarterfinals. Evolve Genesis Oh, not gonna get it! Oh, it's forehead! It's perfect! It's 100x Nemesis, who will take their first lead of the series, and in overtime as well. They could not come in any more perfect way.
And sometimes the crossbar indeed is a kind assist, and Nemesis. Wow. Absolutely tremendous. They go into OT. How must you feel after that if you are Nemesis? You finally stop the bleeding. You're able to go into OT. You're able to handle business. And I know it was short. It wasn't this extended 2-3 minute situation. But again, it is what it is. Went out there, played far better forehead, grabbing the hat trick as well. Just a lot better team play. Although I will say, 8 shots. I mean, that's what it takes. If you have to put Genesis back on their heels, it is going to take that level of shot chart to do so.
It is going to have to here evolve Genesis, who themselves have been no slouches this season, or even this series for any of these games. I mean, that's the kind of effort you got to bring to take a team like them down. And I mean, with what we've seen, still a whole lot more to go here. These teams have a lot left to fight for, and I mean, Nemesis have proven they have a lot left to fight for. And I think anybody from X25 should be seeing that as an exciting thing, because they've looked good. They've looked very good, but not over. It's not done. And for Nemesis, I mean, it's only one game. I can't say this is something that will happen consistently. They've got to be able to just do it again and again. That's going to be the tough part, because, I mean, they've taken a game off this team already. It's about taking more than just one game off this team. It's about taking multiple games off this team, and that's where the real struggles come in.
It is, but hey, like I said, you got to find something to build upon, and ultimately they were able to grab that game. Here's your opportunity. I mean, that feels huge. You were able to actually have it result in a game win. So hey, if you're gonna climb back, if you're gonna do the unthinkable, which what it seemed at this point, again, huge props to Nemesis for what they were able to do. This one looked like a runaway early. Looked like we might walk out of here really early. Not the case, though. Not the case. And I think that really bodes well for them, but they got to build on something. To your point, we've talked about this a little bit before. They got to build on something here in a hurry. They got to score straight away, and they got to keep that momentum on and on and on, because, hey, we have seen over the course of the evening, Genesis more than capable of handling business there.
Oh, so our lobby just died on us. We'll get back into this, of course.
It did indeed.
Our lobby just, of course, it dies on
indeed.
us. Guys, here we go. We'll get everybody back in here.
Here we go.
Real quickly, for what will be game number 4. Both teams have shown their true capabilities. Now it's all about being able to not just be capable, but do it again. Be consistent. There's nothing better than just being consistent. Evolve Genesis could not take match point, but on a very good track record. Even with how last game went, they're still, I think, the heavy favorites in this matchup. As well as someone asking, what rank is this Shizo? This is GC2 and above. These teams are around the GC3 level, though, however. And it's showing here. It's a close matchup so far, but Nemesis definitely need to find their consistency, their form. Forehead couldn't get the second touch. Evolve Genesis will clear it away. An early start where Nemesis now on that front foot. But as we saw from game 2, they can get on the front foot. It's about scoring. They don't get it. Silo, it's open, and Evolve Genesis have a 1-goal advantage.
The setup off the backball, the demo resulting in the score. And again, it's plays like that really make you feel deep down that, my gosh, you know, Genesis, they may have the struggles here and there. But yeah, ultimately, you talk about consistency. That is 100%, 100% what you must have. But also, I will say, don't just be consistent, be aggressive, be aggressive. And it results in demo goals just like that team demo goal. Not DIY just yet, though I feel that may be in the cards. As looking back around, sending that out across, trying to center out there. Double commit, sent on back. This one, will it spike on down? No, sent away by Buckster. And Forehead, we have seen what he's been capable of. I dare say willing his team to that dub, their first dub of the evening. And Twissy not able to send it back. Forehead, fine challenge there, but you do have a little bit of a bunch up now every once in a while, my guy. Not quite as crisp as we saw in game number 1. I think that's really testament to what Nemesis has been able to go in and, you know, and really force them to adapt. And right now there have been moments where they haven't been able to do that.
Oh, well, you almost cursed them there again. You are the king of cursing these teams.
No. We would never.
CplMonkeyshines, that's almost like the 4th time you've done that so far this series. We've only just started game 4 here. here for it. But yeah, you're not wrong about it. It Evolve Genesis.
There's no way we're going to a game 7. There's no way we're going to a game 7.
There you go. That's how you
to
use
get
it
it out there.
correctly.
Yeah.
That's how you say it. I mean, we've already seen one already in the quarterfinals in the Manfield League, so
Yeah.
why not see another here as Evolve Genesis? As you said, again, not really capable of making those adjustments. They went 7-1 in the regular season. So if anything, they're not a team that's used to it. Next Nemesis have to be used to making adjustments. They had a losing record at the end of the regular season, so they know what it's like to make adjustments, to make changes. Now they gotta make some here, so that's a great stop from Omster. Buckster will look for the clears. Evolve Genesis still holding that 1-goal lead, but this time it doesn't seem so insurmountable anymore. Our next Nemesis have proven they can win from this deficit. Now we just need to be able to do it again, and that consistency, that's gonna allow them to take series against just about anybody, even Evolve Genesis, even if they are one of the best teams here, but that's a big demo, and it is Twisty 2-0 for Evolve Genesis. The lead is doubled.
They call it the Dirty Dominus for a reason. That is one of them, and all Twisty has to do is glide along 2-0. But indeed, there appeared to be those moments we were talking about where they might be playing with their food a little bit, maybe vibing a little bit too much, but they appear, if you are Genesis, they appear to have dialed in once more. They have that 2-0 lead, and I feel, Sporty, we might be on the cusp of something big in terms of offense. Maybe not 7-1, maybe not 7-2, but it feels like the dam may be ready to burst yet again.
Evolve. Waiting back is Silo Omster. He will be blocked away. Evolve Genesis, they're not so comfortable anymore. Even though they're up by 2, you can tell they want free. They want as many as they can get. If anything, there's a shutdown. 100x Nemesis' forward progress. And this is how the 100x Nemesis team has now proven they can take games in this series. Evolve Genesis are not so insurmountable anymore as that touch from forehead going the wrong way. Twisty to the corner. Twisty again, not able to collect. Chancer using that big hitbox, not able to get this beat on Buckster. Evolve Genesis still pushing through. It will be forehead again. Flip reset from forehead. Still playing from forehead. Another one from forehead. Chancer, he never even jumped. Just played the patient game. Evolve Genesis will succeed in that, but still only 2 goals up. Forehead again, just trying to, as you said, will his fleet forward. I like that you used will, because it feels like it's that way. But he hasn't been able to score this game, and it's Evolve in control. Forehead doesn't reach it. Twisty unable to score, but the pressure's still on from Evolve, and the ball is still in their possession. Time is running out for Nemesis.
Again, the biggest issue for Nemesis right now is, of course, clock. You know, we're at a minute remaining in this one. And right now, Genesis, hey, they've been precise when necessary and as if on cue. As if on cue. But again, they have been able to run the board a little bit more. They have been able to be very confident with what they want to be, very precise in their shots. And there you have it. You do indeed have 3 on the board. Technically, still a thing that could happen, maybe a score and some kickoff goals, but it has largely been the forehead show if you are Nemesis. And when you have a team, the quality of Genesis, you cannot just have one individual carrying the load, even if they are an absolute all-star.
I mean, Evolve Genesis is a team that doesn't have one player leading them. That means that if you're going to beat them, you can't have one player leading your team as well. So, I mean, you got to match Evolve Genesis with 3 quality players, and Nemesis just doesn't have that quality right now, as Silo will put in a 4th. And Evolve Genesis are going to make sure this game is theirs, and make sure this series, it will be going to match point for them. 3 games to take this quarterfinals matchup. Semifinals now seems more than likely for them, but it's not secured just yet.
Not yet. We've seen stranger things on this channel, and again, yeah, tip them if you got them. Silo grabbing the hat trick again, 100% on those shots. So you want to talk precision, it doesn't get much better than that. And again, a great team effort overall by Genesis. I mean, we'll have a look at the stat sheet after this one, but when we do, you will see Nemesis just not the shot opportunities there for forehead. The defensive work isn't there. I mean, there's plenty of stuff that doesn't show up on the board, obviously bumps in the leg, but ultimately this one, it wasn't the same in terms of the score that we saw in game number 1, but it definitely felt just as lopsided.
It did. You know, they may not be scoring nearly as much, but that's the kind of rebound that you expected. I think we all expected from Evolve Genesis. They are playing as the better team should be playing, and it's unfortunate here for Onyx Nemesis. Their run is very likely nearing its end. They've got to dig deep at this point. It's not over, but I mean, the chances of them coming back are not likely. A match that, you know, has this kind of pressure, has this kind of, you know, look to it. It's gonna be every team, every player looking for something to come back in And, well, CplMonkeyshines, what do you see from these teams what do you see from Genesis that you think Nemesis needs to really take note of here?
I mean, you know, we were talking about it a little bit on, you know, to your point, you cannot have a single player taking on a team. Taking on a team that plays exceptionally well. You have a look at the stat sheet again. This is a crew. They all get involved. Each and every one of them. You know, we talk about Silo grabbing the hat trick as well. Just everything across the board by Twisty. Meanwhile, you look at Nemesis, just not able to really generate anything. Forehead having a little bit of issue with ping as well. Seems like just about darn near nothing could go their way. But, you know, we look back to what Nemesis was capable of doing in their win. They were able to really take things by the grab. They were able to grab things, take the reins, and they were able to make things happen. And by that, I mean they were confident. They were making their shots. And yeah, we did have an 8-shot chart for one individual. But the biggest problem for that, if you are Nemesis, hey, you know who's going to get targeted. And it is up to Omster, it is up to Buckster to make up that slack.
It is. It really does feel like if Nemesis is going to ever take a game, it's got to be a team effort here from them. We just haven't seen that team work together here for Nemesis. For Genesis, it has been anything but a solo effort. There has been no one player that has really led, and while there have been players that have looked good, Silo specifically I've really been impressed with, and Twisty as well have been really impressive to me so far in this matchup. There's no one player leading here, although that is a bad mistake. Oh, that's an even worse mistake for it. At an open net, and somehow he missed the shot completely. Evolved Genesis will be a bit thankful there, but another chance for Buckster. No shot on the end of that. Evolved Genesis. Not starting off amazingly, that rotation falling apart, but they won't hold on. Omster's gonna jump in. Genesis never really was able to control themselves after that first mistake, and eventually it all just spilled over. 1-0 100x Nemesis.
Getting on the board there. 420 left to go in this one. And I will say this. I will say this. You can disagree with you want. Everybody can disagree. I find it to be... I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. The Omster does not have the Nomster goal explosion. I know folks aren't a fan of it, especially at this level, but it would be all too appropriate. And it would help folks remember how to pronounce his name. But that being said, hey, you've got a flare, my guy, and that is not to come down on you at any stretch, especially not on your stream because I'm not that food. But I will tell you, 100x Nemesis able to get on the board here first. So, my guy, do you feel that this Nemesis crew, are they capable of building on what we're seeing? I should think so at this point.
I would agree with you, but we need to see more. It's not one goal is not going to win them this game. When they beat Genesis, the scoreline was 4-3. One goal is almost certainly not going to be enough. Evolved Genesis, they'll find ways to score. They're going to be good enough. And Nemesis haven't really proven that their defense will ever keep them out here. As Chanter will go upfield, he's got more boost to work with. Forehead stomped away. And again, Evolved Genesis holding on offense. You would expect them to score with the amount of time that's still remaining. They have a tendency to score quickly as well when they get scored on, and Chancer will look for that. Has control, flip, reset. Not able to find the net, but Evolved Genesis still attacking. Here comes Twisty. Omster's not ready, but he will get there just in time. Evolved Genesis will head back as Buckster. Well, great pass off a corner. Silo will not let Omster jump in. In comes Chancer and Silo. That's going to be cleared ahead. Twisty able to save, but it will be Evolved Genesis right now on that back foot, and Avitation has not been given time to really get itself under control, and 100x Nemesis, they've got to take advantage. They've got to take control. That's not going to be how you do it. Twisty always just missed, and Evolved Genesis are just that close to tying things up. 100x Nemesis are probably shaking right now.
And one thing that I've noticed as well from Nemesis, at least in the moment, they are playing very conservatively, very far back towards mid on their offensive momentum. And I got to wonder, okay, are they thinking, well, you know what? We will happily take this 1-0 lead and just kind of milk the clock a little bit. And when we have those opportunities to press up once the chaos clears, we'll absolutely take it. But I'll say, my guy, I don't exactly hate the idea of keeping Genesis on the side of the pitch and continuing on pressuring. Because ultimately, hey, these are humans back there playing Rocket League. Heck of a pitch on that one. And ultimately, you just got to take the shots that Forehead was so successful with. Eventually, one's going to sneak on by. And right now, the aggression, the pressure, it seems to be really helping Nemesis, at least in this moment.
Evolve looking for more work upfield. Silo gets past Forehead. Buckster will wait on the back wall. Chancer has another play to go for. Buckster doesn't get it. Neither does Omster. Forehead is just waiting on the goal line. 100x Nemesis will survive once again. That one goal lead that they're holding on may actually stay if they can keep playing this way. But it's still a tough road to go for. Chancer. Silo calls for it. So does Chancer. That shot will be blocked out as it was right on net. Omster there. Now he'll go up the ceiling. Buckster, time here for Nemesis to work with. Again, they can't control the ball. Silo. Oh, it's Forehead who gave him no opportunities. Twisty now with a Chanter with no boost. He's got to get out of his defense. Unable to do so. Chancer will look to help. Evolve Genesis. Not able to win those challenges. Now they will. Chancer. Silo. Oh, and that shot is not even close. Evolve Genesis needed more on that play. As Twisty now. But no one to support. Evolve Genesis, it just feels like they're falling flat of that last shot, that last pass. It feels like they have the opportunities, they just aren't taking them. They aren't bringing that quality that we would expect out of this team.
And again, Nemesis continuing to play closer towards mid, but definitely there is an enthusiasm. I don't want to say desperation per se, but there's an understanding by Nemesis that they gotta continue on here this evening, or they will be Dunskies quite possibly. But still, milking that 1-0 lead and maybe play a little bit keep away now, or at least try to. As Chanter kicks that one on back. Oh my goodness! Not able to get that. Buckster sending it away, and I gotta believe if Nemesis can advance one more time, we might be talking about a dub. However, it is a precarious situation. All of 1-0 on that scoreboard. Can Buckster follow up on it? Just gonna try to brute force it, and indeed, Nemesis is gonna grab another. A defensive struggle broke out, Sporty, and I can't say I hate it. Go ahead and get that 1 goal on the board. Continue to press Genesis up on their side of the pitch. Force them to be as aggressive they were earlier on. And again, testament to what Nemesis is doing. They have been able to nullify things a little bit. Again, great speed by Genesis. We've seen it over and over and over. But it appears that it has slowed down just a little bit. And they have, they've wanted and have tried to take the heat to Nemesis again that we have seen repeatedly. They just have not had the same level of success. And again, not for lack of trying.
Oh, they have. Again, it's Nemesis who, they proved you right, they proved me wrong. Obviously, maybe, but again, it's still scary. It's still precarious for Nemesis whenever they get these wins. The server died on us again. 1 second. Let me...
it keeps doing this. Stop, won't stop. There we go.
There we go. Get the server back up. They know obviously it's the same info anyway. They'll join back in.
There we go.
Alrighty, here is... oh boy. Again, we're going into game 6. Our next series is already guaranteed to be delayed at this point. So, it will happen. It will happen. By the way, they are ready of that next series, but they are going to be delayed a little bit. They already know going into that match. But hey, CplMonkeyshines, it's game 6. You know, so many matches do end here. Nemesis looking to come back from a 3-1 deficit. It's doable. I want to see more from Nemesis though, because simply put, the way they're playing, it's close. It's good. It's good enough. But you don't really want to play that with those kind of close margins. They're going to have to. But you don't really want to prove that that's how you're going to win, because the way they're playing, one mistake and surely Evolve Genesis will take over.
Yeah, and honestly, I think outside of that one game, I don't think that's something you want to go to the well with too many times unless you just have an absolutely punishing defense where just nothing's getting through. And again, really testament to what this crew has done in Nemesis ever since game number 1. Obviously, that one totally out of control. But they have been able, as I said, to nullify things a little bit. Here we are, game 6, when it looked like game 4, and then maybe that's it. It was what we would see a little bit earlier, but, we did see one 100X crew, come back from quite possibly the cusp of defeat. Might this be the same situation yet again when it appeared that Nemesis was severely outclassed? We thought it might be over the course of this entire series, but that has not been the case. Omster! You want to talk about an individual that has truly stepped up, Sporty? You want to talk about an individual?
Oh wait, are you guys actually in the game right now?
We are in fact in the game.
Oh goodness! So it's just me who had the lobby issues. No wonder.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I will tell you. I will tell you there are zeros on the board as of right now. But again, really speaks, like I say, to the defensive work there. And now we are starting to see Buckster and Omster really work together so very well defensively. So now Forehead gets a little bit of pressure taken on him. They say, "My guy, go out there, do your thing. We got your back."
Well, we're back in. Don't worry. We're back for game 6. My apologies. At least no one scored. That will make me feel a little bit better.
Nobody did score. I can confirm that.
Oh goodness. I noticed halfway through. I was like, wait a second. You're still talking. What's happening here?
I do that all the time anyway. Don't worry.
No. Hey, don't be mean to yourself. You're a great person.
No.
You're a great person here. As Evolve Genesis looking for more offense here. Nemesis. I mean, that first goal and that early goal was all that mattered for them last game. They're going to look for, I think, that once again. Forehead not able to score there. It was Omster who scored last time around. It's Buckster, I think, who's the only one on this Nemesis team who I can't think of scored a meaningful goal yet this series. But Evolve Genesis holding on. They just need to find that early goal. It really does feel like every goal will matter so much. I mean, we're so late in the series now. Game 6, you know what it means. You know what that means. It means Twisty's going to find the nets halfway into Game 6.
And we did see Nemesis again hanging out towards mid a little bit, but the pressure that was so kind to Genesis earlier on, this is what we saw. Did it happen as quickly? It did not, but ultimately 1-0 in favor of the Evolve representation. 2:40 left, still plenty of time, obviously, but again, you want to talk about pressure. I mean, obviously, it is not on the side of Nemesis, and you know, it has been something that Genesis time and time again has been able to handle, has been able to bring forth towards the opposition, but now we see Bully Ball coming out a fair bit more, and exactly what this 100X team is going to need. They got to find a way to get it off of their side of the pitch. Buckster, my goodness, thought he might be going up and smokes after the timeout corner, but no, caught by Chanter, able to get it past one, and now keeping things moving there. Kick up, Omster trying to read this one, able to get away from it. Twisty, that would set up for Chanter. Chanter with a shot, and he will convert.
And if we do get a look at Chanter's screen, at Chanter's positioning, look at how long he was sitting in front of that net. He waited and waited and waited, and finally the chance came to him. He knew it was going to bounce out there at some point, and he was ready for it. Evolve Genesis, they want the series to end. They want to go to the semifinals. They're only 2 minutes away.
Indeed. Still plenty of time, however. It is 2-0. As you're saying, man, we talk about the leads that we've seen. We talk about the aggression that both of these teams have shown. But when the opportunity has presented itself for Genesis to clamp down, especially with the lead, that was great for Nemesis. But Genesis has been just a little bit better in terms of that over the course of the evening. There still is time in terms of getting on the board. But I will say, if Nemesis, if they want to move on to our final, quite possibly, question mark, game number 7, they got to score here in a hurry.
Yeah, they have so little time. They're not a team that has proven to be very good, prone to scoring a lot of goals or goals all that fast together. They need to get them soon. They need to do both of that. They need to score a lot. They need to score in quick succession. His Chancer will clear. Buckster will be waiting on this. He's got to be careful, though, because Evolve Genesis applying heavy pressure. They're playing very heavy up right now. It's almost as if they are chasing. They're the ones that are chasing for the goal and not the other way around, but keeping Nemesis back, they're making them nervous. As Chancer again, he's got another touch. Chancer, flip reset, just dances his way through. Silo gets past, the net's open, but nobody from Genesis will go for it. And Evolve Genesis waiting through, another chance in front, cleared away by Forehead. Twisty. Now it's Nemesis to play the heavy pressure, but they can't get to the ball. Time winding down on next Nemesis. It feels like it's their death knocking on the front door. The bells are ringing. Is this the end of the season? 30 seconds to find out.
Yeah, and now you have Genesis keeping on the opposition side of the pitch to say, hey, absolutely, we'll keep the pressure on. If they cannot move things down, we are probably finished here. My goodness, can Buckster find a way to make something huge happen? No, Chanter just escorting that away. Obster kicks that one back. Something wild has to happen here in a hurry if we are talking Game 7. Chanter just going to try to escort that one away. Sure enough, we'll be able to. And Sporty, we are done this evening, at least with this series.
Yeah, we're not done just yet. We still got one more match, but Evolve Genesis will take down 100X Nemesis in Game 6. In their playoff bracket itself, it started off with a bye, so this is their first time in the playoffs for Evolve Genesis. Their first match in that bracket, and they'll be seeing themselves off to the semi-finals here. A great performance, a big performance. 125 will unfortunately not be able to win both their matches tonight, but yeah, great performance from Nemesis. They can't be too unhappy with that, but Evolve Genesis, as you would expect for a team of this quality, they show up strong.
And I think it was huge for them to be able to come out. Game number 1 really set the tone for them. I know that, you know, things obviously didn't continue that way on. I personally didn't expect that would be something that would be able to continue. And hey, if it is, like, let's get out of here, you know what I mean? They didn't bring the brooms out or any stretch of the imagination. We thought we couldn't conceive a world in which it would go 4, and here we are, game number 6. But again, when you have a team that can establish themselves so heavily early on, as Genesis did, you know, this is basically the end. I mean, I'm not especially shocked. I think if we see a more even-handed game number 1, we may very well, quite possibly, probably are talking about game 7. But just they were able to get out really, just in terms of momentum, to such a strong lead that even though there were moments where they couldn't keep up with it, there were those times that Nemesis were able to grab those dubs, that in the end, I gotta say, Genesis, tremendous team, played exceptionally well. Not trying to take anything away from them, but it feels like they kind of outlasted there a little bit. Like I say, an even situation that game number one. We might be talking about something completely different, but we are not. And GG's to both these fine teams.
Well, as you said, again, it's a great match. It's going to be a great night here as well. You said it. One more match to go. Egoist versus Golden Esports. Before we go to that series, it's going to be starting in 10 minutes. CplMonkeyshines, any last things you want to say on this stream? I'm not going to have an interview. This Evolve team didn't want one. They need to go to sleep. They said it's too late for them. So,
Hey,
I can't blame
No,
them.
I
They
feel
deserve
that.
it as
I
well. It's
feel
been
that.
a great night for them. But is there any last things you want to say? I know you're not joining us for that last series. You might be watching, but you won't be joining us. Is there
Oh.
anything you want to say here, before we move to Egoist versus Gold now, which is an amazing match, by the way?
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, thanks so much for affording me the opportunity to come on here to cast such a wonderful series. I fully respect going this long, going it alone. It is a slog. So hopefully, I was able to take a little bit of pressure, off you a little bit, give you opportunity to take a drink, breathe a little bit. But I have no doubt that you will continue on in excellent fashion, my guy. But thanks to you, thanks to everybody in chat, thanks to the players, thanks to everybody. It was a tremendous time, great series. Again, GG's once more.
Again, thank you so much for joining us, CplMonkeyshines. We're gonna go to a quick intermission, guys, so that we can sort things out, get to our next series soon. But we'll see you guys soon for Egoist Golden Esports, our final match of the night. We'll see you guys in, like, literally about a minute. Alright then, we're back. Sorry about that, everybody. Had a little delay there. Had to make sure we got our stream configured for our final match of the night. Yeah, there's not much of a break here for any of our matches, but it's an Egoist versus Golden Esports. A major match here. You hear the bug and say hi to Krusty? Well, hello, Hysteria the Goat. As again, our final match of the night here. Egoist, Golden Esports. the Cyclone Cup, all these players, very high level. We've seen Egoist a lot this season. We'll get to see them once again as, again, we go to the top division. In the Cyclone Cup. And these teams should be pretty exciting. I love to see these teams play. We've seen a lot of Egoist. Their record right now 4-1. The only loss they had was when they played against Pirates on a bot. The other side for Golden Hour in 2. The loss coming to Pirates on a bot and Affinity Aurora, who are themselves not having a great season. So both these teams very high level. And with a match like this, first of all, I'm a little bit exhausted, but it's amazing here because this is very likely going to determine our second seed. Again, both these teams will be joining us very soon here. Again, for our Cyclone Cup standings, I'm going to take a look at it. Yeah, Egoist right now, number 2 team. Golden Hour Esports currently the number 3 overall team in standings. But I mean, it is a very, very competitive group. Should be fun though. I mean, what we've been seeing from these players is going to be an exciting time. Again, this Egoist roster and Golden Hour Esports roster unchanged since we last saw them. So an epic match that should really show out just how good these top level teams are. This is a best of 5. And we get to see the top teams. And at this point, you know, with how good these teams are, how long the season has gone, only one match away. Everybody is going to make the playoffs, by the way. There's only 8 teams in this division. One is making playoffs, but seeding really matters because you do not want to be one of those low seeds. Egoist, Pirates, and a bot. Golden are all very good teams. You want an easier first round matchup. It is single elimination in that final bracket. So you really want an easier first round match because if you know anything about the playoffs, it's not easy to get used to the playoffs. We are going to get this match very soon, part of week 6, the Rocket League Splash Series, back on stream again. And shout out to the sponsors, Amazon TV, Invest Bar Entertainment, Latin 7 Gaming, Heady Scarf King, purchase and resell, and claim to fame. What do you see again? If you guys don't know me, it's been a very long night, but I've enjoyed it. Been heavily involved. We have one match left. As the Ego is such a fun team to watch here. Extreme to Wins being that the addition that has really been able to help them out. They, after they lost the Pirates on the bot again, adding him on as that 3rd player. I mean, so far they've gone 3-2 against Affinity Aurora, 3-1 against GOG Fullberry Fizz, and then 3-0 over Midwest Mafia. Egoist has been back on their usual train, getting wins at big moments. And Golden Hour also doing very well, 3-2 being their record. And hopefully all of you doing well. Take a look at our schedule here, just to recap a little bit of what we have already seen. Our first match, probably one of the best matches we've had in a while here, 100x3am with a reverse sweep, taking down QUP Dark. And we moved on to see Evolved Genesis take down 100x Nemesis 4-2 to advance to the semi-finals. Now again, we got a regular season again with Rocket League Splash Series. Egoist, Golden Hour Esports. Egoist are the favorites in this matchup. They're expected to take this win, but not an easy one by any means. Golden Hour are actually in the lobby already. Z, Leonis, and Lotta. And for Egoist, they only have 3 players. Both these teams only have 3 players. For Egoist, again, it's Chavi. I almost said Hobby. It's Chavi. It's not Chavi. I keep forgetting that. It's Chavi, Temp, Extreme to Win. Gonna be a matchup of very high caliber players. Did 3am win? Yes, they did. They reverse swept. They won. I'm gonna get a drink here. It is a long night, everybody. Hopefully that will help me out here a little bit. We're 1 match away. I'm very tired. It's been a surprisingly exhausting night. But hey, that night doesn't end here. We've still got 1 more match, and boy, what a match is it. Egoists versus Golden Hour Esports. We are waiting on Egoists. They'll be here probably about a minute or 2. Again, as we'll wait on these teams, they should be here in any moment. Hello again, by the way, Zach and Jack. I hope you're doing well. The front runners for Golden Hour Esports. Actually, that sounds weird when I say front runner like that. One of the leaders of Golden Hour Esports, one of the biggest names in Golden Hour. There we go. Again, it's Golden Hour, one of 2 orgs that have 2 teams in this Cyclone Cup. The other one being Affinity Reborn with Affinity Aurora and Affinity Apex. Would be a great time for just great action, great matches, really great everything. This Thursday evening. Again, we are waiting. On Egoist. Actually, I'm going to see how they're doing. They might be delayed. Up, we are getting the call. They're good to go. The Egoist has just joined. We should be getting this started in just about a minute or 2 again. As we have, oh no, Choppy is here. As there we go, we're good. They have just joined and they're ready to go. Egoist versus Golden Hour Esports, our final match of the night. As here we go, into the best of 5. Egoist will take the blue, Golden Hour Esports will take the orange as Chavi's having a little fun over here with this name. Oh boy. I'm not even going to say that name. Here, it is Chavi though, I promise you, it is in his name as well. Here on Egoist, a 4-1 record for them. And they're only lost to Pirates on a Bot, who nobody has been able to beat so far this season. Well, there's one of their losses coming to Pirates on a Bot as well. But other than that, Egoist has been unbeatable so far. Golden Hour, one of the few teams I think that could definitely take them down. But it's going to rely a lot on how they play this Game 1. If they can do it here in Game 1, they should be able to do it consistently. But it's extreme to win! It will be goal 1 for Egoist. Of course, they're feeling confident, as they should be. This is a team that always feels pretty confident. And being able to put in pressure and really force players into awkward position as Golden Hour run right into each other. And goal 1 for Egoist. Their series will start in their favor here as Leonis will look for the answer. Temp will block it away. Egoist. Such a team that has so much individual talent, and we really see this at the top, at the very top level. Teams themselves that have so much individual talent in the Cyclone Cup. The teams that seem to have the best individuals that have the best team, but this is also the division that has the most separation between ranks, between all these different teams. So admittedly, the teams with the best individuals are also just the best teams. And Egoist right now again showing that. When you add in players like Extreme to Wins, it's just so, again, they're all so good individually. It comes as no surprise that they are the successful. Chavi specifically, even back on the Vic Rollers, was known for his talent, even though that team itself struggled in their first season in the Cyclone Cup. The reason why he's on Egoist is the reason why he's at this top division and playing so well. He is that good of a player, but he won't be there for that block. Z's going to put one in for Golden Hour, as it was surprisingly slow there from Egoist. Chavi got bumped out. Z's gonna have, that's why he got that shot. And it is the tied game. Golden Hour Esports will tie up with Egoist. It is gonna be a true battle at this point between both these sides. As fake kickoff for Golden Hour that didn't really go the way they wanted it to. And it's still not going the way they want it to. Chavi's going to put it in. Oh, it's absolute pandemonium for Golden Hour Esports. What on earth happened? It was chaos off the kickoff. They couldn't get the pass. Leonis and Lada can't seem to get that save. I don't know what happened. But Egoist, they'll take the lead. And even with how weird things have looked, Egoist are going to be up by 1 as now we'll need to find that response. It's going to be tough for them to play against a team like Egoist. I mean, in the position they are, it's very precarious. There are 4 teams, I believe, behind them that all have records of 2 and 3. They do not want to drop to any of those teams, but Egoist may have to force their hand. Temp from long range catches Ziu, went up for boost. And it is another for Egoist. 3-1 the scoreline. Goldenhour. They were unable to get that one. That shot just off the front post. Egoist will look for the clear. Leonis. It is Chavi. Back in by Z. Temp. They'll be waiting there. Egoist will get another clear. Goldenhour, though, holding a much better backline so far. They're just trying to keep things calm, but that's another great play. That's the scary part about Egoist. Because of how good all these players are individually, it doesn't take much for a breakthrough chance. And although Goldenhour may have a really solid defense, the Egoist side really thrives on just how unexpected their attacks can be. It's a team of 3 players who can all score at just about any time, so long as they have the right circumstances. Goldenhour likes to build things up, likes to hold more possession. That game plan isn't really working to its best right now. Egoist has control, but they won't have control of that play. Extreme to win will clear it out. Temp has Chavi in the midfield. Won't have any options though when he gets demoed. Egoist keeps the ball. Z. Getting it back for Goldenhour. Will get past the first challenge. Leonis. Able to get that second touch. It'll be left for Z, but Goldenhour Esports still just trying to find something with that possession. Right now, nothing is going their way. And here comes a quick attack from Egoist. Temp. Oh, what a block from Lotta. Reading that bounce perfectly. Scary thing is, you know Temp can hit that shot as well. We all know Temp can hit those kind of shots. As hello, Spoody in chat. How you doing, my friend? I have not seen Dino Electronic in a while. How's your season going? Hopefully you guys are doing well out there. Right now we got Egoist versus Goldenhour Esports from the Bucket League Splash Series. As Chavi, second touch! Oh, he's put it in. It's 4-1, Egoist. And then again, that's just the quickness. You don't expect this kind of stuff so often. But that's what makes Egoist so scary, because they can just do that at any time. It may come as a surprise, but I mean, when you've seen this team as much as I have, it isn't that surprising anymore. As Goldenhour look for an answer. It will go in from Z. And they still have something they will be able to take. At least for now. Could be a lot worse for Goldenhour, although that's not going to be great for them. He will be able to get it out. Again, this match, this game 1, only still game 1. So many goals, so many scoring chances. And I mean, without Goldenhour's playing, they are keeping this close. See, he's going to have an open net. Nobody back for Egoist. 17 seconds remain. Goldenhour completely catching Egoist, falling asleep there. There was nobody in that back line. An overcommit from Egoist. It may prove to be costly here. 17 seconds left. And Egoist only leading by 1. This is the chance for Goldenhour. It's in front. Lotta. Can he put it on? It's off the bar. Still in front. Z not able to get past Temp. And Egoist wants that clear. Leonis. Lotta. It's on. Saved by Extreme to wins. Chavi. Goldenhour keeping this one airborne. But it will not be for long. Egoist will catch them on a jump fake. And it is game 1. for the favorites. Much closer than I think they wanted it to be. 4-3 at the end of this one. Again, only game 1, but my goodness. We are moving into game 2, but for Egoist, I don't think that was the confident boosting game 1 they wanted. Unfortunately for them, there are not going to be that many confidence games here against Golden Arrow. This is a team that's going to keep things close. They may have a much more possession-based offense, means they're not going to score nearly as quickly, but if they're able to hold more of the ball, they can do really well. I mean, they held almost two-thirds of the field for this game. All that matters is making sure that going into this game, they can, in Golden Hour, do a lot. As that's a bump there. Z will look for more offense. Egoist staying tight on this play, but Golden Hour will have the chance to shoot. Z's hit it off the bar and in. It just, you could feel it in the air that something was going to happen, especially off that 50 from Lada. It lands so perfectly for Z. Golden Hour, I mean, they're not done with the fight yet. Egoist may be good, but Golden Hour can beat them. They're, again, as I said, one of the few teams I think that can definitely beat Egoist. But the amount of parity that we've seen kind of in the middle tier of this Cyclone Cup, why not have more of it at the upper portion, at the teams leading the group? Oh, it's Chavi. Oh my goodness, nearly missed on that chance. It's Golden Hour who could take this one. It's another open net. Saved by Temp. He'll cut across. Egoist have had issues with that rotation. There's been a couple nets that have been left a bit open, and a bit too open for their own liking. Golden Hour, but another one. There, they'll take it. Z with this second. Again, Egoist just, it doesn't feel like they're controlled. This Temp, I don't know why he thought he needs to go for that extreme to win. Had the block on hand. It's a mistake. It's a bad mistake. Golden Hour again will take the open net. This time they will score on it. Now, well, maybe a chance for number 3. Z again. Temp will be there in time. Egoist. A pretty bad start for their own liking. The comeback not unlikely, but how good Golden Hour's defense can perform. With how good they do usually perform. Egoist to put themselves in a bad position here. You really want to score early against Golden Hour. Take that lead against them early. This is a team that can hold leads. Against just about anyone. Not a great position here as... he's completely missed that one off the ceiling. Has Temp waiting, but that touch doesn't go very far. And Temp, who has no real major control over this play. It's in front for Lada! And it is number 3. Golden Hour add another. He's down there, picked up that corner boost, but he was already high up on the ball. Really can't get much power from that position. And I mean, it's smart play from Lada to recognize he can just go in for that and not worry about losing the challenge. He won't lose that challenge. The Egoist, man, a bad start has only gotten worse for this team. It is going to be a close matchup. I think that's what everybody wanted to see here between these top front runners. As Z, Chavi, Leonis will be there. Still Leonis, Z. Keeps it high, Lotta. Out to the corner, Extreme to wins, won't be there. Temp now, flicked over Z. Extreme to win. He's got a net to look at. The bump is connected. And it is Extreme to win, just put in the open cage. But really, this has to be commended to Temp. Never give up on that play to get that bump on Leonis. He does everything he can to make sure that net is there for Extreme to win. And then some. An Egoist looking for the bounce back, Extreme to win. I don't know if he was, I think he was searching for Chavi there, but that pass does not connect. The Egoist will keep on that pressure, but not for very long. Chavi will get around multiple defenders. Z, the last one back. Temp to the corner. A great play from Z. Recognizes that he's got an open chance. And he'll clear this one to safety. Now on the demo! It is in for Leonis! And the 3-goal lead is secured for Golden Hour Esports. As another demo opening up another goal. And at this level, with how scary these defenses are, with how scarily good these defenses are, you have to demo to be able to beat these top teams. We're seeing it here. You know, the lower divisions, with how much inconsistent players can be, most may not be nearly as necessary, but at this level, players are far too good. Every demo matters, but that's just an open net. We still have 2 minutes to go in this game. Man, it's another highest scoring one. As a lot of just misread it. That allows the Extreme to win. Just roll upfield for what is about one of the easiest goals you'll have all series. And Egoist still not out of this one. They need to fight a lot to just get those goals. Extreme to win. Emoed by Lotta. That's not going to make things very easy for Egoist. Leonis. Extreme to wins off the respawn. Unable to get this one. Chavi could be bumped out. Z saved as Chavi avoiding the demo attempt. Egoist right now playing a 2v3 defense. No sign of temp right now. He's stopped upfield. I hope he isn't having a disconnect issue. This is a bad sign for it as well. Egoist unfortunately gonna have to play 2v3 for the time being. Temp has lost connection. And for Egoist, they just gotta play on here. Double commit. Wide open for goal now as Leonis will let it go to Z. It still is up. Golnauer just wasting time. Z, flip reset, double flip reset. Oh yes, Z's got it. And Golnauer Esports with a little bit of style here to get this goal. Oh, it's beautiful from Z. Great control, great handling, and Golnauer Esports once again keeping that 3-goal difference. As we are nearing the end of our second game. The Egoist, again, having to play with 2 players, Temp disconnecting, which is like the last straw in a match that has been horrible for them so far. Started off poorly, it's not gonna get much better for Egoist. Lotta, 1 more goal for the road. He's got a stealing shot. And Golnauer Esports just rubbing in the face of Egoist. And what else can you say for Egoist except just go next? Golnauer Esports will run away with game number 2. So there we go. Temp is back. Golnauer though, I mean, they've already secured this game. It's unfortunate for Temp that his disconnect came at the time it did, but and for Eagles, they just gotta live with the reality that that is what happened here. Game 2 will be for Golnauer Esports. As another bump, it's another open net, it's another goal for Z, and it's another tally for Golnauer Esports. And I thought last game had a lot of goals. I think it had 6 combined. This has now added 3 more. We've got 33 seconds. I don't know how many more goals Golnauer Esports wants, but surely they will be happy with the 7-2 scoreline. Be honest, I don't think so. I think he wants 8. I think he wants 8 goals here. Egoist, I mean, they have completely given up at this point. As, I don't know what they're dancing in the defense here. Yeah, both these teams have completely stopped playing, and for good reason. You don't need to score any more goals here. As actually, no wins. He does want 1 more. Leonis isn't going to get him that one. And our time will tick to the very end. Golnauer Esports have even the series 1 game each. Egoist too. Again, came into the series looking so hot. Slow start, not that same individual skill and prowess that we've seen before. Again, it is the end on Forbidden Temple here, as we're going to go to game number 3. What we've seen from these teams is true. We got a pretty fun game 3. Both these teams can definitely take each other down. That's the scary part about it. There's not a match that is at all determined. We head into the action once again. Game 3 for match point. A lot on the line for these teams. They're going to be looking to get right back into the swing of things. Oh, it's already in! 1 second! Oh my goodness! Golden Hour Esports missing the kickoff. It's Egoist who'll take it. Oh, Z tried to play it slow. It absolutely didn't work. As Egoist will lead by 1 early. So often, and so far in the series, those early goals have made quite the difference in mentality for these teams. And now that Egoist are up by 1, you're going to see a lot more of that solo skill, and that's what they're best at. That's what they're known for, is that solo ability. If Golden Hour can take that gold back, you would expect them to, once again, look to just keep that control. Really find that shooting accuracy that they had in Game 2 when they scored early. Oh, but they aren't early on defense here, so he will be back in time. And he is got the fake on 1. Extreme to win, will not let him get past another. And it is Egoist on the ball as Temp's going to be sauced. A beautiful pass. Unfortunately, it is not from one of his teammates. It is from Lotta. Just need to get a piece of it. He knew Extreme to Win's had the pass either way. Unfortunately, that pass from Lotta won't help him. And for Golden Hour, the task has gotten a lot more complex here. Because now that they're down, they know that Egoist is going to go to what they're strong at, what they are known for. Solo play after solo play, mechanical play after mechanical play. You got to be able to slow this down if you want any chance to take down Egoist. But it's not happening easily. Chavi. That one's gone far to the other corner. Dream to Wins will allow this pass to find Temp. Z and Golden Hour. Maybe this is their breakaway chance. Won't be able to have this off the ceiling, however. Egoist will look to keep the ball, although not easily here. Golden Hour is still challenging, but it eventually will find its way to the orange half, and Golden Hour will have to start all over again. Lotta. Z waiting. He's got a great first touch. Z again has the net in sight. Extreme to Win. We'll be there to keep it off the crossbar. And Golden Hour will still search for their first goal here in this all-important Game 3. As Z. Oh, it's a great control. Flip reset! Oh, he's got an eye! It's Z into the top of the net! And Golden Hour Esports look to be back in form. When you're on 3v1, it's so easy to look for those passing options, but Z, he knows his own ability, and he drives it by Extreme to Win. The goal that Golden Hour needed desperately is here in Game 3. And it comes from Z as Temp, unable to get another one. Lotta. Only half the game gone by so far. Half to go and more goals sure to come with how these teams have been firing. That one will be cleared. Extreme to Wins. Oh, he was looking for it. He definitely can hit that double tap. But Lotta will be waiting. As Golden Hour Z. Demoed by Chavi, Leonis. Extreme to Win. Just trying to get in the way there. At this point for Eagles, it's just about challenging anything they can. The whole different defense. It's not as patient. It's much more. Just go in, get that challenge. Doesn't matter if they win or lose. They do not want to see Golden Hour at all on offense. The playstyle that is a little risky at times, but Eagles are definitely a team known for taking risks. They like to play aggressive. They like to send players up. At all in that really heavy challenge playstyle will almost certainly benefit that all-in sort of play that they have on their offensive side. Golden Hour, that just means that they are not getting a lot of time, but you can see they're resorting to those flip resets. Trying to find any way to keep them back. Eagles are not respecting them right now, however. Even though they're only up by 1. Eagles are just throwing themselves at that play. Golden Hour, they have to respect the fact that Egoist is going to do that. As in comes Stamp again, he has no reason to go for that challenge, but he goes for it anyways, now in front of the net. Extreme to Win will keep out Z. And once again, Egoist is looking for that clear. Leonis, not a great first touch, was looking to go more towards the net. Will look for the infield pass, but Temp will. This one out, a temporary clear for Egoist, and a little bit of time for them to work with here. Just shut that play down. Extreme to Win. Missed on by Z. Temp. Leonis. on this one. Lotta in front, 1, 2, 3. Saved by Extreme to win. A huge defensive block. He had no one back to help him. But a 3v1, still Golden Hour can't find the net. Egoist, it feels like this is their game. As now they'll send it out once again. Another long clear. More time off the clock. Here as Golden Hour needs to go down the field again. Z bumped out. Extreme to win. In space will be met by Leonis. Golden Hour still unable to get to the ball. Lotta though. Leonis, 30 boost, has an infield option in Z. That pass won't connect. Off the back wall. Missed on there. Lotta! Yes, he does. Golden Hour tie it up with 20 seconds to go. And it all came from a miscommunication. Extreme to win did not call off temp. And Golden Hour. Lotta just in the right place at the right time. And game 3 now could go either way. That defensive style from Egoist, they cannot work anymore. They've got to push up. They've got to score again. Our last series of the night, and again, it's just like our other series, it is an incredible matchup. As Chavi, oh, he's got the dribble, one-on-one with Leonis. No boost left. Temp, space, Extreme to wins, wants it too, but it will be kept away. Chavi, not able to keep it up. And this game will see overtime. Egoist and Golden Hour Esports one goal away from taking that match point. For Egoist, with how good their season has gone, they built up such a good win record, and their only loss coming in week 2. So many people have put so much pressure on this team. I mean, they've been mentioned as being that team that can compete up there with Pirates on a bot. A lot of pressure to deal with when you're compared to the team that is currently the undefeated in all RLSS matches since last season when the Cyclone Cup first opened. People are comparing you to that team. You know you're good. It does also bring a lot of extra pressure to Egoist, and Golden Hour are going to look to shut them down. They have the offense now. This is where they want to be for Golden Hour. Shots on shots, play on play, and that will find the net. It was a fluky shot, if anything. Leonis just kind of threw it at the net, hoping for something good to happen, and it did. Chavi didn't have enough boost. Temp was facing the wrong way. And it's Golden Hour Esports who will take match point after game 3. So we'll go into game number 4. I mean, we have seen just how good this match has been for both these teams, but it's Golden Hour Esports too. I mean, they continue to surprise. They can take down these top teams. They find ways to do it too. And I am ultimately very impressed. They are not done yet. They still need another game. As we'll get these teams back in the lobby. One more game is needed for Golden Hour Esports. And again, they are currently facing the prospect that if they lose here, there's a very good chance they'll drop down a couple rankings. But if they can win, there's a good chance they can surpass Egoist and take that number 2 overall spot, a very coveted spot. I mean, one that I don't think if you would have asked before the season who would take it, I think everybody had Egoist. Golden Hour. Oh my goodness, what a second! What was that from Temp? Out of nowhere, I didn't expect it. Golden Hour didn't expect it. It's Temp with an unbelievable flip reset. How on earth does he angle that? Some magic early on. And it's Egoist who are not done yet. We've already seen one game 5 in our last RLSS match with Hunter 3am. As they reverse swept Q up dark. Maybe we'll see another one here. If Egoist can keep up with their pressure. Leonis. Oh, he's been launched upfield. Z, instead of going for the ball there, went for the demo, and Golden Hour not really expecting that. They weren't ready for that from Z. Egoist will send it back, although they're not going to keep that ball for long. Lotta, Temp, Extreme to win. And Golden Hour still on the end of this play. They'll look to keep it out defensively. Lotta does have a touch, not a great one though, and in come multiple players from Egoist. But Leonis kept it cool. He'll just send this one, yeet it to the other side of the field, and give Golden Hour some time to work with here, but still on low boost. Z, the only one back. And it's a very obvious play style from Eagles. They're just stealing all the boost for Golden Hour. If they can't seem to outplay the offense against them, why not just end the offense by not letting them have the boost when they get up to that position? Again, Eagles making those adjustments. Golden Hour are trying to do the same. They will need to make an adjustment there, but Leonis not able to put it on. It was deflected off of a Egoist player. And it's Golden Hour still searching for that first goal, that goal to tie things up. It was the goal that allowed them to take control in Game 3, that answer against Egoist's early strikes. Still looking for that kind of goal here in Utopia Coliseum as Latza didn't really have a great look at that one. They will get a piece of it. Again, Golden Hour still on low boost. Every time they get to offense, they just don't have anything in that tank. But Lotta, with time, he cannot get the shot on. Leonis now, he's whiffed on it. Z has boost, but he can't challenge, as Egoist will punt that one to the back wall. Golden Hour, once again, just unable to find that offense, that control that we saw them have in Game 3. It's a brilliant play call from Egoist. I don't know who was the one that made that choice to go for a much more boost-heavy style, but whoever it was a brilliant decision. Golden Hour look starved. They look exhausted. Just we're seeing a lack of the offense that really has been their calling card so far this matchup. As Leonis, actually not a great touch there, and Lotta with space. Leonis, I think he was looking for the bump there on Extreme to win. I would have liked to see a little bit more from Golden Hour, and especially a lot more like that. Leonis needs to keep control, but he fails to do just that. It all starts from that play from Lotta. He's got to be a lot faster. It feels like Golden Hour just not as dynamic anymore. And if you're not able to move around the field so easily, you're not going to keep up with Egoist. The whole dynamic of this series has changed. It's the Egoist who are just taking the boost from Golden Hour Esports. Golden Hour needs to find some breakaway chances. Egoist, again, they're leaving that back line relatively open, but it's because they don't believe in Golden Hour. And they know that with Golden Hour's low boost, they can't really get down that field all that fast. But for now, Golden Hour just needs to find something soon. Not going to be they're not a team that's going to be able to find. They're going to be a team that can find goals quickly, but they got to find just one, and that itself is going to be the tough part. As Lotta, with absolutely nothing to work with, Leonis will help him out, but he does not have much on this. But a great flip reset. Unfortunately, the only player waiting for him is Temp. Golden Hour will try again. Infield, Z and Leonis both jumping. It is open for Lotta, but Temp is back. He will not be bumped, and he'll get the block. Now he's bumped out away, but no shot from Golden Hour. And again, they just can't seem to put it all together on offense. As now Extreme to wins, saved out by Lotta. But it does not matter for Golden Hour. Defense, not really what they're looking at right now. They just got to get goals. Egoist looking to once again send the series to Game 5. Golden Hour wants nothing to do with it. Egoist again making the brilliant call, just rely on stealing boost, and that's exactly what they've done, and it's why they're winning here. One more goal, that should surely secure Game 4. They didn't win Game 3, it was I guess they'd say it was a terrible draw. It was a great play from Golden Hour, but that boost becoming a non-factor for Golden Hour at this point. They can't, well, it is a factor, sorry. It's becoming non-usable at this point for Golden Hour. This whole series has completely changed, and this late as well. It's going to be very tough for Golden Hour to make the changes that they need to rely on not having to take a lot of the boost. And this game will see its end. Egoist will send this match to Game 5. Their only loss so far this season against Pirates on a Bot. There has been a lot of parity in the Cyclone Cup this season. It would feel fitting if it happens up here as well. But we'll see if that happens. Egoist again looking to make themselves by far and away the team that will lead. So far this season, they've gone to Game 5 only once. For Golden Hour, this is their first time going to Champions Field, so man, the pressure is on these teams to play well. I mean, this is almost certainly going to be the match that determines who's going to end up this season as the second seed, the second best team in the division. So, a very important game, just due to how good these players are. Egoist. I'm looking for a good offense here. Golden Hour with the first couple strikes, but oh, what a beautiful touch. Is that on? It surely is. Extreme to Win will be given the credit, but I think he got pull shot into that one. That was just really good power. My goodness, I thought he got pull shot in by Temp. No, he just threw that one at the nets. That's a hugely powerful shot. Egoist up early. If you know anything about Egoist, when they get up early by 1 and then 2 goals if they can get a second goal, that usually spells disaster for Golden Hour Esports. As Xavi not able to find Extreme to Win. Z will keep this one away, but not from Temp. Egoist unable to get to that ball. Golden Hour Esports adventurous, just trying to explore that midfield, but they cannot get far. That's a beautiful pass. Extreme to Win. Well, the shot itself was great behind the last defender. It's that pass that really makes it work. Xavi off the hop as well. And that's exactly where he wanted. That's exactly where Extreme to Win wants it. He wants it to bounce off the ground before he shoots it. It's a perfect pass. It really allows him to put full power behind it. It seems so simple. It's something that you don't really notice. It's the little things. It's the intangibles. But it makes those plays so much scarier. And it makes teams like Egoist so much tougher to beat. They lead by 2. And again, as I said, if they lead by 2, that spells disaster for Golden Hour Esports. I don't know. It's not easy for them to find comebacks, especially against the Egoist this series. And Egoist is starting off this well. As Temp will flick this one a little bit redirect from Leonis, but Xavi will keep this one upfield. Egoist gonna play confidence, and this is where their solo play heavy style really can fit in. And really can work. It is gonna waste so much time if they go for solo plays. It's one that they don't put too much risk on offense. If they don't overcommit to offense like they often like to, they just go for those solo plays. They know when they can and cannot push up. You would think that they would be in prime position to be taking control and making life difficult for Golden Hour, especially in that transition game that Golden Hour really needs to rely on if time starts to tick down quickly here. As Extreme. Z, out is Leonis. Lotta waiting there. You can see him while he was asking for that pass. He did get a piece of it, but Eagles were ready for it as well. And Golden Hour Esports still unable to find that first goal. It all starts with 1 in games like these. But if they can't even find that goal, then where can they start? At midfield, the Egoists have shown a superiority over it in the last 2 games. Golden Hour need to take it back. It's really the only way I can see them winning this game and this series at all. Only the second time Eagles has gone to Game 5. They're looking to make it their second win on Game 5 this season. Last time they did it was against Affinity Aurora. They won that one as well, so they're looking to win this. And they're off to our impressive 3-0 lead. I'd hope for Golden Hour aiding away as we are nearing the ends of this series. Their midfield has not been under their control as Xavi has Temp to follow. The Egoist, they're still looking for one more. I think just to really put this away from Golden Hour's reach. And Golden Hour is not letting them. Leonis. Temp, he's got nothing to work with. Went for boost there. That's a bit of a mistake there from Egoist. Surprised that Leonis didn't score on that play. In fact, Egoist might score the other way. Z will be waiting. He'll jump up early. Extreme to win. That's that deke around 1. Now again around another. Z not able to collect as Chavi up in his face. Now in Leonis' face. Temp will be up as well. Egoist still pushing for that 4th goal. Won't see it there, at least not yet. As Z, oh my goodness, what a weird shot that is! Oh, but he'll take it! Unorthodox from Z, but golden hour. They don't care how it goes in. I think that's a bit of a fake as well from Z. Got Extreme to win to jump early. Served as a fake. Serves as the start of what Golden Hour hopes to be their incredible comeback late in this game, as now they'll actually use a fake kickoff, but again, it doesn't work. Lada just gave it away to Temp, and he'll throw it at net. Up in front, Chavi. This is where Egoist can really find control, but a bump on Extreme to win. Z in space, flip reset. Chavi does have enough on it. No boost still is back in time. But Golden Hour not done. Leonis, another flip reset. Oh, this one really isn't great. Still challenging Egoist. Golden Hour. At 1 goal, seems like it's brought a lot of life back into this team, but this late in the game, they've got to do a little bit more than just play good. They've got to finish their chances. Well, we're going to start from defense. Z, bumped out by Chavi, Extreme to win. Wants to end this one, but that shot will be kept out by Leonis. Egoist blocking the midfield. Looking to block the way to Golden Hour. Temp, not even taking that shot. Just gonna waste the time, waste out the clock. Time has expired. The game is over. Golden Hour cannot come back. And Egoist will stay with only 1 blemish on their record. They will improve to 5-1, stay as the number 2 overall team in the league, and for Golden Hour, their number 3 seed is in jeopardy now. No parity with the top 2 teams. Arsenal and Egoist, they're still at the top of the league ever since the very beginning of this Season 6 Cyclone Cup. Egoist, once again, find that win. And in Game 5 as well, a very, very close matchup, but Egoist will be there to take it, preventing any sort of changing in their standings. And that means, again, that's the end of our night. What an ending. I know for a fact they like interviews. I like them too. We gotta go chat with them here. There it is. Temp, Chavi, and an Extreme to win. A Game 5 victory is only the second time you've gone to Game 5 this season. It's the second time you've won. It has been it is a battle here. You know how good, I mean, you guys knew how good Golden Hour was coming into this match. But, Chavi, you guys hold your second seed against one of the strongest competitors this season. You guys gotta be feeling pretty good from that victory, especially making sure that you stay as high up in that ranking as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're pretty stoked. I mean, Temp was, talking a lot of crap in game 2, so we had to go and unplug his Ethernet for him, so that they could get a couple goals back and humble Temp a little bit. But no, in all seriousness, we're pretty happy to keep the number 2 seed, to stay on the opposite side of the bracket of Pirates on a bot. That was the main goal coming in today.
You guys know how scary that team is. Nobody wants to play against them. They have been undefeated since the inauguration of the Cyclone Cup, and they're still undefeated. You guys got swept by them. I mean, they are a team that plays like you guys, but they're pretty scary. But obviously, your playstyle's still scary. It's 3 really good players who just have incredible mechanics. It's, people don't really talk too much about its teamwork, but obviously you guys have good teamwork. There's a reason you're at the top of the league. You can't be at the top of the Cyclone Cup without good teamwork. Everybody talks about those mechanics, but Extreme to win, being a kind of the guy that benefits a lot from those passes, from that chemistry. So many people talk about this team as just being 3 really good players. You guys are a team. Can you talk to me kind of about being able to build that kind of chemistry? Because it feels like it goes unnoticed from most critics.
To be honest, I just feel like since we're at a high, I don't think we scrim enough to how do I word this? I don't know, it's just built into us. We don't scrim enough to actually But I don't know what I'm saying, but Temp
It's
talk.
just natural. It's just natural for you guys. Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That it's just natural.
I mean, sometimes
So,
there are
Temp.
teams that. Go ahead. Oh, Tim's
Sorry, I
laughing
see
back
him
there.
laughing. Yeah,
Tim's
exactly.
laughing
That's
at you.
why.
You're being put on the spot here, but yeah, sometimes it's natural. Some teams just click when they
Uh-huh.
when they form together. Obviously, you guys might be just one of those teams here. Mr. Giggler, Temp up there. I know he's been. Temp, again, you guys have gone to Game 5 twice. Golden Hour, one of the teams that definitely could have taken your spot. You guys know this team can beat you on a good day for them. And today was a pretty good day for both teams. So being able to take that Game 5 victory, not only is it good, but you know how good, again, Golden Hour Sports is scary, and you know how much parity there is in the Cyclone Cup. Everybody below you is beating and losing to each other. So being able to avoid that parity, kind of watch the chaos below, it's got to be a pretty exciting season to kind of be able to be consistent when everybody else seems to have struggles with doing that.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's very interesting, and I can kind of understand why Golden Hour Esports is up here at the top of the league. Their teamwork is like it's something that's missing from most like ranked games and everything like that. So their play style is very new to most players. So I think that their teamwork is above like most teams. I will not doubt them on that. I think what really makes them lack and why they're not, why they didn't really beat us is their individual skill. I don't think is high enough to go against us. And I feel like that's the main reason we kind of struggled in the first 2 games or first 3 games. It's just a matter of fact of trying to get used to how much that they were playing into their teamwork. So it took a lot from me, Extreme, and Zabby to be able to understand it and then to counteract against it. And I think that's why we took away the Game 5 win.
It's another name now. It's Zavi. What is this? Everybody, there's
You call me whatever you want.
Avi, Zavi. I've been told it was Chavi. That's what I use for this series.
Yeah,
Everybody keeps changing it.
Chavi, Zavi, whatever you want to go with. I've had it pronounced like 5 different ways.
There's a million ways to pronounce this name here, but he's been here for so many seasons. I know for you, again, being the guy with the experience in this league, you've been here in past seasons. Last season for you was, I don't know if it's one you want to mention too much about that regular season. It was pretty rough for the Vic Rollers. But even through that team, you're able to help that team get to a top 4 finish in the playoffs. So being able to kind of find a team that has the players that can really fit around you, I think a lot better really, and really be able to take that top league. It feels like this is kind of your breakout season here, Chavi. Would you agree with that? Kind of, it's the breakout season that you have the teammates that can kind of work around you the best, at least so far.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely fun. I mean the last team that I was on was just people I know from college. They go to college in the same state as me, so I know all of them. They were a couple of my coaches at my university, so they just asked if I could sub for their team. So I think I only played like 1 match for the Rick Rollers last season. And the season before that, I think I played 1 match as well. I was kind of just there if they like need somebody to fill in. But yeah, this is like the first time I've ever actually gotten to play a whole season with any team, and it's just it's really nice to be surrounded by Extreme to Win and Temp because they definitely know what they're doing and they can definitely put me in the backpack whenever I need a carry.
And you guys, well, you have found your foothold. 1 more match left is left this season. You guys obviously are only 1 game away from having about as good of a season as anybody could ask for this season for you guys. Your final match of the season up against Affinity Apex. I mean, that's a match that you guys are expected to take. Obviously, though, they're on a pretty good run. They are currently have had 2 wins in the last 2 weeks. You guys obviously want to end off well. Make sure you secure that number 2 seed. So obviously, though, you guys are in a very good position. Even if you don't win that match, you're in a very good position to take that number 2 seed that you've beaten Golden Hour. You haven't. Actually, I think you've even secured your spot for number 2 seed at this point. So I think you've secured it because Golden Hour was already 1 win below. So now they're 2 wins below. So you've secured your spot. You don't even have to beat that Affinity Apex. Obviously, you guys are looking to do so, but gotta think about. You guys are now thinking about the playoffs here. Chavi kind of being the guy who, again, has been able to lead teams to the playoffs. The Rick Rollers who themselves just been a team that has always been known to be good at the playoffs. Now on a new team, you know how important the playoffs are. You guys are gonna have a very tough run. It's single elimination. You know how scary single elimination is. What is this team going to make sure they kind of work on to make sure that you are able to take wins? Because there's nothing like the playoff pressure that can really allow top teams to fall apart. And, I mean, you've seen other top teams fall apart, so you know that pressure is very real. What are you guys going to do to make sure you kind of prepare for that? Because it is going to come in hot, and it's going to be very tough to deal with.
I'm going to keep it real short and simple, and this might sound like a temp response here, but we're going to scrim, and we're getting top 2. That's it.
I mean, you guys have already, again, secured a 2nd seed, so in theory, you guys are in a perfect position to do that. Congrats on your win, a 3-2 victory or Golden Hour Esports. Man, it has been a long day for me. I've had a game 5, then a game 6, and a best of 7, and a game 5. So, it has been a long day for me. But you guys made it exciting. Congrats on your win. What time? How many times have we streamed you guys this season? Like 3 or 4 times? A lot.
Something like that, man. I think there's only been one game where you, or 2 games, 2 series where you haven't streamed us.
Yeah, you guys. Well, again, shoutouts to you guys. Again, let's see. I saw you guys in week 1, in week 2. I missed you in weeks 3 and 4. I didn't see you in week 5. So I've seen you guys 2, I think, times. This is week number 3. That would make sense. Here, but again, congrats on your win. Before you guys leave, we always got to do shoutouts, so we might as well do it here. That's who wants to start actually? Do any of you want to start?
I think good old Extreme should start out with his shout out.
All right, Extreme to win. You
Shout
want
out
to
my
start out?
teammates. That's all.
All right, then. You know what, Temp, since you called him out, you'll go next.
Yeah, Temp.
You know, I'd actually like to shout out the casters. Like for this league, every caster that's streamed us has been like very professional and very like well put together. It's actually like I even pull up the streams to watch them sometimes while I'm playing, just because they're so they remind me of RLCS level casters. So I'd like to shout out you guys. You guys are very much appreciated.
I did cast RLCS once or twice actually. Actually, I casted like 4 times. So you could call me an RLCS caster, but I'm not that. But again, thanks for the shout out. Again, shout out to all the other casters out there. Now we had Tommy Buckets, Krusty Dog, come in. CplMonkeyshines joined me, so shout out to all of them. They're all in this league, all great people here as well. We'll end off with Chavi, Javi, XAVI. Is there any shout outs you have?
Yeah, I mean, also, yeah, shout out to you guys. I mean, you guys are killing it every single week. You specifically have like such a professional looking stream. It looks amazing for us every single week. So we really appreciate that.
Thank you. It cost me an arm and a leg. So
Yeah, I mean, you're killing it with that. I mean, they look amazing. Shout out to Extreme's internet finally getting up like 30 minutes to game time. That was awesome. And then not shout out to Temp's internet that decided to ut out mid series.
I thought you said that was intentional there. Here.
Oh no, that was
But again, you guys are able to take down Golden Air Esports even with internet issues, and you guys are now secured that 2nd overall seed. So again, congratulations, Temp, Chavi, and Extreme to win. Congratulations on your win tonight. Have an amazing rest of your evening, and well, hopefully we'll get to see you guys again in your season finale.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, look forward.
And Temp, Chavi, and Extreme to win there. Joining in. Hello, Cyber. Shoutouts to you as well. Thank you so much for watching here. We'll get in a raid. Who is live right now that I know? Let's go here to a raid. Thank you all so much for joining the Sportiest stream. Been a great time. Been a great evening. I'm exhausted. I need to go to sleep. But for all of you, thank you so much. Have a great night. Take care. Be well. We'll be live again tomorrow with a tournament. And you'll see more updates on social media at SportiestCRL. Take care, everybody. Have a great night.